Egg.
Hello.
Thank you for the
Mommy.
resub.
Thank you for the resub. And hello, Mottonut, if you can still hear this. Thank you for dropping by. Have a wonderful weekend. I mean it more than Tifa did.
I said it first, but thank you for dropping by again.
I mean it more.
Mommy, thank you so much for the resub. Appreciate it. How's everyone's Friday coming along? It is windy, it is freezing, it is everything.
Thank you, Evie, for the resub.
Thank you for the resub as well. A perfect number of months. Wait, a perfect number, 28.
How's 28 a perfect number of months? I also like 27, I liked 5, I like 1, I like every number of months. I just like you guys being here. Thank you for that. Google perfect numbers. Alright, I feel like I'm about to learn something, but I wasn't prepared for. Perfect
Maybe
numbers.
it's about the aesthetically pleasing.
Only you would look a number and go like, I'd hit that.
I don't know. Just wait, what do I get if it's going to be about that?
I'd buy that number of coffee. So, according to Britannica.com, that's the first that I found on Google, a perfect number is a positive integer that is equal to the sum of its proper divisors. The smallest perfect number is 6, that's actually my favorite number and my lucky number, which is the sum of 1, 2 and 3. Ooh, nice. 1, 2 and 3. Nice. Yeah, I dig it. Other perfect numbers are 28, 496 and 8128. The discovery of such numbers is lost in prehistory. It is known, however, that the Pythagoreans, founded circa 524 BCE, studied perfect numbers for their mystical properties.
I was hoping it was about the aesthetically pleasing science behind numbers, but it's maths. It's math.
Yeah.
Evie tricked me.
We talked about math. I feel like it went way over my head. Like I knew the words. I felt like I didn't mispronounce anything.
I know words.
I believe I had heard them all before, but I don't know what an integer is.
Of the word 28.
I have heard of a number 28. I was once 28 actually. I've been 28 for an entire year of my life.
Wow.
Yeah. That reminds me, somebody guessed my age today and they said they thought I was 25. And I told him I'll take that compliment. It was very sweet.
That's barely a difference with your actual age. Like seven, 8 years? How old are you?
9 years in February.
1991?
Almost a decade. But
why is age so hard to remember?
Because it's I feel like when you're really young, like age, even just 1 year makes such a huge difference. Like I remember being like 8 and then looking at a 9, you're like, oh my god, you're 9 already. And then like even still like 15 to 16, 14 to 15, that seemed like such a huge difference to me. And at some point I just stopped caring. I just stopped caring.
Well, fair enough. Age never really meant anything to me.
Like the moment I was legal to do everything, I was
like, fuck that. I'm legal now.
Yeah, now the next milestone is when I can go on my pension. But in between that, I don't care. No.
I wouldn't mind going on my pension now. It is already February. Time goes really fast. This week felt incredibly slow, but it went by really fast. I gotta say.
I have to say, for the last couple months, the entire week to me feels kind of like short. No, short. Oh. Like on a regular week, I can tell you there's a Monday, then we stream twice, then there's a Thursday, then there's another stream, and then it's the weekend. I couldn't tell you what I do during the day, usually. Like if you asked me what did you do in the first 2 weeks of December, I'd be like, I don't know.
I can't tell you that either. I can't even tell you what I did yesterday, honestly.
But besides that, probably not. No.
Days are hard. Even if you feel busy sometimes the entire day, and then at the end, it's like, what did I do?
That's more of a work thing, I believe, because we both have office jobs where the fruit of our labor isn't necessarily tangible. I think if we would for example, be craftspeople. Like if we were in woodworking.
My work is immediately noticeable.
I said tangible.
Oh.
As in touchable. If I was building, I don't know, a table, I could tell you at the end of the day, okay, today I did this much of it. But with me it's like, oh, today I worked on 2 reportings for work. It's like, cool. They were necessary, otherwise I wouldn't have done them, but still, you know, it's like, it's another month, it's the beginning of another month, it's another set of reportings. I do this 12 times a year, it's like, meh, part of it.
I actually felt a tiny bit happy at work this week. Like, I feel, you know, when you have kids, which we do not, but they always go like, oh, the kids start looking after you, or they start looking like the mom or the dad, or take after.
Is something completely different. Okay.
They take after.
All right.
And I don't have kids.
As is evident.
But I have a little chatbot.
Just a small one.
Just a small one, doesn't know that much yet, but he's getting out there trying to help customers. He's a very good boy. But I feel like he's taking a little bit too much after me. Like this week someone asked a really normal question.
Can you help me with this?
And he was like, he got all confused, I don't even know why. And it's like, I don't have the answer to this question currently. And he didn't say anything else, just that. So the customer's like,
that's a bad user experience.
But what do I do now? And my little chatbot was like, well, bye.
Yeah.
See ya. I'm like, that's something I would say. You're not allowed to say that. Bye.
In that regard, there's a lot of overlap between her work and mine, so I could tell her immediately all the things that went wrong. From a certain perspective it is. But yes, that sounds an awful lot like you. Hey, this doesn't work. That sucks. Yeah, what do I do now? Bye.
I'll see you later. Hope to see you next time.
It's usually how it works when something with a stream breaks. It's like, Tifa, can you look up how to fix this? She's like, I wouldn't even know where to begin, how to Google this. I'm like, well, I'll do it myself. Thank you very much.
Did he talk about cannibalism? I really should put a cannibalism joke in there.
Yeah.
Like he can say a couple of jokes. There has to be some about cannibalism.
Probably.
That are not too bad that I can hide in there. No. If I do next week, I'll let you know.
Doubt you're getting 496 months of sub from me, so this is the last time I can use that comment here. I'm not smart. How much is 496 months and years?
Wasn't there still one step in between there? Or was it 28, 496 and then 2182?
That was the next one, I believe. I'm just gonna say, it's been 28 months now. That means
it's been 28 months.
Wait, what's 496 minus 28? I can't do maths in my head.
That's minus 2 years, so let's say 39 years. You still need to stream for 39 years.
So, we only have 468 months to go to reach 496. That's only 39 years.
I literally just said that before you started calculating it.
I feel like I can keep playing video games 4 times a week for 39 years. I have a good feeling about this. Yes. So...
Are we gonna talk about you ignoring...
I was looking up what 469 minus 28 was. I heard you say words, but they did not register. You might as well have talked to the wall. Nothing you said clicked. You could have just told me the winning lottery numbers or horrible or great news. It would not have registered.
I wish I could just say those.
That's just how I operate sometimes, here. Talking about how we operate, how about you give us a recap? And yes, Evie, I do believe that. I do believe you will live that long. Just so I can make a 469 joke at some point.
Let me write this in my calendar. That I will not have lost in 39 years.
Exactly. So, Tifa, you're not getting out of this. Recap. What happened the last time we played Zero Escape 999? I keep forgetting what it stands for. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
We are past the second door. Still in the second room. We need to find our way out. We are in a kitchen area.
We're in the third room.
Let's go. Oh, yeah, true. No, the first one was...
No, there was an escape room, then there was a connecting room, and now we're in the third room. The
connecting room doesn't count. That's something you just walked past.
Tifa means the escape room. Also, Fody, thank you very much, Harissa. I agree. 100 more years.
Well, let's get to 39 years first, shall we? Love you guys.
No, straight for 100.
No, you. How's your week coming along, Fody?
She's trying to get out of her again.
No, we are in the second room. The hallway does not count. It does not count. We're in the second room with our party, which is in a kitchen area. We have managed to get locked up in the walk-in freezer and found our way out.
Thanks to meat.
Thanks to meat, yes, literally. Because frozen chicken and I think frozen sheep?
No, the frozen chicken was used as a hammer.
Okay, but only the frozen chicken could have been used as a hammer.
Couldn't have stomped it with our feet. No, it had to be frozen chicken
steak.
leg.
Frozen steak had a hidden message in it.
Pork chop, I think it was.
Was it a pork chop? Doesn't matter. A frozen piece of meat we have found with a message in it, which seems to be a code, which we need to use on the oven. And what's behind the oven, we also figured out it was a key.
There was a hexadecimal code, and I aced transcribing the number we had to put in. It only took several people yelling at me that I had my numbers wrong because I can't do maths.
Third time was
great
the charm
for this game. Yes.
And that was it. We saved in front of a door where we have a key chart for, and I think we're about to leave, and that's it.
Did you say key chart?
Key chart, key chart, key card, key card, key card, key card.
Key chart. A new word creation brought to you by Tofu.
It's Friday, it's been a long week, I'm having brain damage. I'm allowed to.
When do you not? Jack and Tifa for more years. That's a lot of F's, man.
I'll take it, cheers. How are you doing? How's Beth doing? Is she feeling a bit better already?
Exactly. Good questions. While I'm trying to set up a game. How are you doing?
But yeah, we're getting there. I think we will be out of this room next and then maybe unlock something with the elevators.
Ready,
FFFF is 65,535 years in Hex.
I can do it. I think at some point you won't be able to tell how old I am. I can do it.
Sometimes I feel that old already.
Yes.
Like when my knees creak and my back cracks and my shoulder goes.
Can confirm.
Indeed.
Ready?
I am ready actually. Go for it.
Look, it's a video game.
It's been a long month, but all is well. I am glad to hear that. The month is fortunately over. Time for a new month.
Can we real quick talk about this being a very...
You need to press the first one. Yeah, and now you do, yes. Wait.
No, it's about this looking very confusing to me. Like, wait. I understand I just need to click through. Don't worry, but we press continue. Please select the data to load.
Yeah, you don't see...
Where is the save file? I mean, I see this, but...
Well, when you saved, you click a question mark.
Because then, like...
No, it's the one, first one. First one. No, first one.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, because you're in this menu now. Press no. No. No.
Yes, I do want to resume.
No, it's the first one.
Loading complete, resuming game. Screw you, Tifa.
I saved in the first one. Well, it worked anyway.
What I'm trying to say is, I cannot tell what part of the screen I'm supposed to click. It just works. That's good for me, but still, yeah.
Oh well.
Been a long month. It's only been 3 days, man. Just saying. Looking forward to getting back into the swing of normalcy. I'm gonna drink to that.
Yeah, I feel that. Oh, so you're finally streaming again today. Nice to hear.
Very good.
Oh, Sword Art Online movie. Is there a new one,
Greater
by the way?
than Degenerate Go. Arguable. Arguable.
Did a new one come out today by any chance, or?
Apparently.
I haven't
Evie
even
is
heard
at
of
least
it.
watching a movie. Meanwhile, music goes hot. What did we need to do?
Use the key card still.
Let me guess, you can't hear the music?
No, I cannot.
Very good. Click.
We saved so that we remember to use it. In America, yes. Oh, okay. I didn't hear anything about it. But then again, I haven't been hearing a lot.
Of course you haven't. I think it's unlocked now.
You did it, Jumpy. Let's get out of here. Go. Go. Go.
Yes. Let's go. That seemed slightly redundant, but I'll take it. 5 seconds into the gameplay. We made it.
Oh.
Easy.
I think we've been here before.
That was...
Did we go in a circle?
No, we see it on the other side now.
Over there, so that means...
Oh, we went basically through the iron gate in the middle.
We went into the kitchen through that door and came out on this side.
Nice.
See? Progress.
The date just happened. Alright. I have no idea what you guys are talking about, so...
The anime, I believe.
Enjoy.
That means the map was right.
Why would the map not be right?
Looks like.
Oh wait, because we're being kidnapped and stuff. Yeah, fair. No, I get
Oh,
it.
I thought you were watching Sword Art Online.
Steiner's Gate. Stoner's Gate?
Then let's use it to plan our next move.
Next move?
Yeah, we need to decide where to go from here, don't we?
What does she mean next move? Why does she seem like shocked by the concept? Did she think we're just gonna sit in this room and wait? Sit. It's when you try to say stand and sit at the same time.
I can enjoy the first little victory.
The victory is that we moved...
That we beat another room and we're still alive.
True, we almost froze to death just a moment ago.
He's right. Let's get started.
I'm a bit worried about
There are 4 possible routes.
about the fact that we still haven't met back up with the other group yet.
Probably comes later. Besides, we don't know how fast they are. The room doesn't have a time limit from the looks of it.
Let's just keep it simple and call them A, B, C, and D.
Oh god, now we're adding letters to this.
I somehow don't feel like that's simple, but sure.
I mean, they're labeled from the top left to the top right, like a counterclockwise thing.
Yeah, well, I'll go for it.
They both seem to connect to a room that looks L-shaped.
Yeah, there were 2 doors.
Alright.
But they were both locked. We couldn't open them.
Now, Route C. This goes all the way to the main staircase.
Are we talking about the room we're in now, or...?
Hmm?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a hallway here.
That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors.
I would think we need to do all of the other rooms first.
The other 4 after this hallway? No, I don't think we will.
So we probably need clues.
I am confused.
Why not? Look, there by the stairs. See how the gate is opened?
I'm not doing the chat with anime. All good, Fody, don't worry.
Keep going, I'm focused. I can't follow you,
Into
but
the
still.
kitchen, it was closed.
Oh, the color changed. I'm guessing now we are looking into her mind?
But it's open now. What do you think that means?
No, she's speaking with
It
her
means
mouth.
that we open the door?
They opened it.
Most likely.
And if we take Route C, we're going backwards.
Oh, that thing is open.
Yeah, they literally are talking about how the doors that were locked before are open now.
Do I need to remind you that just because information is being sent to me, that doesn't mean I necessarily receive it?
Like they say it 2 lines after another. What the fuck?
I was still hung up about where in the ship we are currently.
Is this the new Danganronpa?
Yes. Basically.
Close.
Except we're not children. We're all at least 18.
Yeah,
Some of us even older.
We're kind of same situation, but we're all adults. We've gotten kidnapped. We're put on a replica of the Titanic and now need to go to a series of escape rooms, like what you know IRL as well, to find our way outside. And there's maps. Lots of maps.
Lots of it, yes. Santa looks skinny. Well, that's because Santa nicknamed himself Santa because San is Japanese for free. Didn't you know that? And I'm saying it like this because that's basically how Santa explained to the rest of us how he picked that name.
Thanks for the 30 seconds catch-up.
Yeah.
You're welcome, because you can only be talking about mine.
Oh, so you live in morphogenetic fields of Ice 9, correct. And Fodi, you are hereby a Funyu-Rimpa. That's all you need to know.
That was fun.
Funyu-Rimpa was probably my favorite part so far. Made no sense, but still.
That would be pointless.
I feel like we need to check all the rooms.
This doesn't make sense. Go play the game. It's pretty good so far.
Then that means...
Yeah, so far I really do enjoy it, actually.
Route D, then.
I would love it even more if it had less math.
Yeah, but it's still logical math. We're gonna get to a point where I'm gonna get absolutely screwed.
It's still fair. Like, I'm saying I would prefer it without the maths because I'm obviously really bad at maths. It's not the maths' fault, it's mine. Just saying.
Too many RPGs, little time, playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 at an X pace.
I know what that means.
There is so much to explore though.
100 hours in it, only level 60. Already level 60, not only. That's how you should look at it. Also,
glad you're still playing the game.
right. Insert D joke of your choice here.
When in doubt, go for D.
Yep, Route D.
Then we're set.
Wow, Junpei didn't make a joke about that.
I would at least check the other rooms as well.
Everything looks okay here.
Let's check the next deck just to be sure.
What if there's gonna be hints in those
just
rooms?
like I thought. D-Deck is totally underwater.
Oh yeah, and the Titanic is slowly sinking. We have 9 hours to get out of the Titanic.
Yes.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
At least the water level hasn't really changed.
Small comfort.
May as well head back to C-Deck.
What else is here?
There are 2 elevators over there at the top of the stairs. Just like the floor above.
Imagine
makes sense.
if you actually had a giant ass ship, which was a real escape room.
So
Like this?
I know you said ship, but first I interpreted the sentence in my head without the word ship in it. It's like, imagine if you had a giant ass and you use it as an escape room. I was like, I'd rather not.
Whatever you're into, I guess, but no, not what I'm talking about.
No.
No, but escape rooms
Not
are
my
usually
kind of
like smaller rooms that you need to get out of with your
Yes.
group. But what if you had an actual Steam Deck or Steamship
A Steam Deck. That's
steamship.
a handheld console.
that you
Yeah.
and your group need to get out of?
I imagine that would be really hard and really expensive to set up. But that would be really cool.
If I'm ever a billionaire, I'm getting
We're gonna do the
myself
non-airy games in real life.
getting myself a replica of the Titanic, and we're doing this.
Apparently. As long as it's on land. No. We're gonna redo the non-airy games.
It's
Apparently.
actually shipping, sinking. I'll just make you sign a disclaimer that...
Yeah. The whole fear of drowning thing, exactly. It's called motivation, Fodi. It works for them.
You want to get out, don't you?
What she said.
Hold on. These are kind of different.
Oh, and hire it to companies as team events?
You hire it to companies?
Or
What?
rent it out to companies for team events so that they can weed out the weakest in the group?
Are you advocating murder as a means to get
No.
rid of low performers in your company?
Absolutely not.
Good. Allegedly.
See? There's a card reader on the side.
It's team building, yes.
You build it on the corpse of your dead colleagues.
I mean, you gotta be ruthless sometimes in the work world.
That is very true.
Another strange mark.
And what's this sign?
June is
stand
gonna tell us what astrological sign this was.
Hey, look, it's Lotus's symbol.
for? Oh. Not the one...
How? What?
See? It's the woman symbol with horns on it. That seems like... Oh, ouch, 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 ouch.
Oh, Lotus! You know, it's her nickname.
What was that about the mark again?
Now I get it. I was like, Lotus's symbol.
Nothing.
I still didn't get the joke.
It's a sign for women with horns. You know, a demon woman, Lotus, saying she's the demon.
Ha 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 ha. Sorry, that went way over my head.
We're a bit slow today. I forgot her name was Lotus. I'm like, Lotus, is that an actual thing?
I mean,
But it's her nickname.
my takeaway with her so far was that she seemed pretty lazy. But other than that, I wouldn't have called her like a demon or whatever has horns.
She almost let us die in the freezer, and she was like, you're fine now. I mean, just saying.
Yes, because she seemed kinda lazy.
That's no excuse. I fully agree with
You've used it before me.
The horns
Junpei.
symbolize the wings on Hermes' staff.
Wings.
Okay.
Hermes, herpes, whatever.
Potato, potato.
I believe there is a difference between
It's
these
all-
two things.
It's all the same.
If we can't get this thing to work, these elevators aren't going anywhere.
Lotus Note still gives me nightmares. Oh, I had to think for a second. That's an email suite, kind of like Outlook. I remember that.
I have no
I've
clue
worked
what
with
that
that
is.
before. It was not the fastest system, but
In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it.
It doesn't sound like I need to know what that is or want to know.
it's old. It's gone.
I guess we can't get on then. Let's just disregard the elevators for now.
How about this hallway on the left?
Whoa, there's so many doors.
That's a lot of doors.
Yeah,
If we try and search all these, the sun's gonna go down before we've done half of them.
we could split up.
I think the sun already set.
I have a feeling this ship is the only thing that's going to be going down anytime soon.
That's even worse.
I doubt all of those doors are open.
That's what I'm saying. How about we split up, then we can cover 4 doors at once and we check which are open.
It was Outlook, but somehow
We'll
worse.
come back to this hallway later.
Does it still
Check the
exist?
hallway on the other side, shall we?
I don't think it's still supported. I would be shocked at least.
Fair.
Time to head back to the stairs.
So, we just decided not to check for any clues. We just leave. Alright.
There's even another hallway there.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Well, at least open one.
Why would you not expect doors?
Just check one.
Let's open them.
All right, let's start with this one. Huh, it isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
How does he know without opening it?
He's got an eye for it by now.
What?
Oh look, we found the next room. Okay.
Did that say tree on the left?
Yes.
What the hell is this? This
Or-
place is huge.
No, these can't be the bedroom doors.
Oh, the ones that all the characters woke up in?
Yeah.
Unlikely. Weren't they downstairs where the water flooded in from?
Think so as well.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
Is this a hospital?
Hospital.
Oh, that could be a hospital room.
It definitely has the smell.
Could be. I see medicine cabinets and surgical tools.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end.
One is not numbered. I guess we need to go in there.
The left door says 3.
Probably.
The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
There's no doubt. It's a numbered door.
Yeah.
This is on my level today. I like it.
Yeah, I think I would have said something similar.
Why is the second door blank?
Well, either somebody cleaned the door, or it's a puzzle.
That seems kind of strange, don't you think?
Only died last year.
I mean, that's shocking. I haven't used it in like a decade, I think.
I guess not everyone got nightmares from it. Otherwise it wouldn't survive that long. Not bad. I'll still stay clear of it.
Maybe in the office world, instead of asking people if I put pineapple on pizza, you can ask them their opinion on Lotus Notes. No? To like weed out what kind of people they are.
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Why wouldn't they open?
Well, why would we? It has the thingies next to it. Oh, even that one is closed.
Yeah, are we just trying to normally open them? It doesn't work. They have rats on
It's
them.
no use.
Well, only the numbered ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the notary game? We have to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't...
Oh, red. That's what it
what I
was called.
said.
Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
Look, the display on the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Don't you remember? The red at the central staircase?
What was on that?
It said vacant. And then it said occupied, and then it said vacant again.
If no one was inside, it said vacant.
True. Oh, thank
Maybe
you,
the
Lotus.
display is broken?
Oh yeah, you're right.
See, when it's like in this blue tint, it's a flashback.
But this one...
I think it's just not
There's nothing
activated
on
yet.
it.
No, I meant when the screen turns that shade of blue, there is a flashback to remind you how
Oh,
something
no,
looked.
that I get. But I think this thing just isn't activated yet.
All that.
Right?
I wonder if it's broken.
Only one way to find out.
And?
Nope.
It's not responding.
Not working.
Hello, Ranger.
Cheers.
I'm going to join you on that. Work and look, thank you very much.
Have fun at work. IBM said they decommissioned the last servers.
9 years ago, but someone still ran off nodes from enterprise locations. It wouldn't take the service down even though we're vastly out of security updates. Yeah, that doesn't always stop every company from doing that in my experience.
So let's say it died 9 years ago, technically.
Yes. And as far as we know, people
Makes more
just stopped
sense.
altogether using it last year. There's probably still somebody somewhere doing it today.
Someone's got to
How
love
about
it.
the red on door 7? And door 3?
None of them are working.
What does it mean?
That we should go to the next room.
I knew it. They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance.
I would imagine that there is a reason for this. No?
We can't even add the numbers to these, I think. I think we need to wait for the next group to come and then
I forgot our
new doors.
numbers. We have 3, 5, 6, and what was Lotus's?
4.
No, that was Clover. Because of a 4-leaf clover.
Oh yeah, 8? Was she 8?
I think so. I mean, we just saw a cutscene with that, but I already forgot.
I think she was
remember
8.
Our number made 5 in total. Was it 4?
It doesn't matter.
4.
Keep going.
Oh, well.
We don't need to be
That's
here anyway.
impossible. You really think Zero, who prepared all of this,
I'm with her.
would make such a stupid, simple mistake?
Nah.
Especially since we only checked one room.
Yeah, true. Because for some reason the group decides, let's not check the other doors. Like, why would we?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why this thing ain't working.
I believe the bottom of the device has been removed.
No.
We met up with the other group.
There we go.
Snake!
Ace! Clover! 7!
Oh yeah, she was Clover.
Yeah. Okay, so nobody's died yet.
How did you end up here?
That's my line?
Perhaps we should exchange information.
That's a good idea.
Perhaps.
Exchange. Nine.
There you
Yes,
have it.
yes.
Our half of the story.
Okay, let me see if I got all this straight. When
Here
you
we go.
guys got here, the
Recap.
bases for the Reds were already gone.
And you looked all over this room, but you couldn't find anything.
So you figured that there might be something in the hallway with all the doors.
Oh,
So you went and had a look?
So they checked them.
And while you were looking around, you heard voices.
That means they were faster than us.
I'm not shocked. But that also means that one of these doors had to have opened, because where else would they have been? They can't have been standing around in the hallways, because then we would have seen them. We should have checked the doors.
We haven't checked all places. They came from somewhere.
Uh-huh. So you followed the voices and came back here.
Indeed. And that was how we found you.
Why don't we check those 3 reds again, just in case?
You're right.
We just did.
Huh. There's a long, thin gap on the bottom. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
Okay.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
Then we better find the missing pieces and quick.
Well, what about that hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go?
No, there isn't.
What about the other 3 doors in the hallway?
Judging from the very first room we were in, have you checked under all the beds?
They said they did.
Or inside the mattresses? Have you ripped them open?
There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
Hospital rooms. That's what's behind all those doors?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole, however.
Okay.
I was able to get a good feel of it. I believe it was the symbol of Jupiter.
We haven't had that one before yet.
Those goddamn things are everywhere.
What is astronomy, or it's astronomy, right? Not astrology. I keep confusing the two words. What does that have to do with the numbers?
I think every character just has a subject they are good at in this game to use against or to use at their advantage and to boost teamwork.
Okay.
I wonder what they all mean.
That's so far my theory.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Actually, they do. I mean, I don't think they're this size, but I do believe cruise ships have hospitals. Because with that amount of people, somebody is bound to get something.
Well,
I'm not sure if they look
I
like
figure
this,
it's probably
but
a hospital ship.
they might, especially in case of a pandemic, on a ship, you need to be able to put them somewhere.
That actually happened during the beginning of COVID because there wasn't enough space. Because eventually everybody had it. I remember, like, just randomly, a couple years ago, I watched a documentary about cruise ships. I think some of them also have their own morgue. Yeah. Especially the ones who go on longer trips because of reasons.
Chances
I think
are it's the gigantic.
all of them do.
I wouldn't know. At least one does, because that's when I saw the documentary about it.
The gigantic?
The ship, the Titanic, was the successor to? Was that it?
What is this gigantic?
The gigantic.
Can you just explain the word with the word?
She was a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century.
Oh god, there's also the poop cruise. Google that when you have time, Tifa. Please don't.
Let me copy that.
You need to copy 2 words.
Yeah, so then I don't forget and already put it in a tab.
Wow, Tifa.
I saw the headline of the first thing that popped up. I'm gonna read this after.
I didn't know I didn't want this. Now, the gigantic.
Actually, the Titanic had 2 sister ships, and they looked exactly the same.
Thank you, Fody.
Are they triplets?
The gigantic was said to be one of them. They intended to make her a passenger liner like the Titanic, but World War I began soon after the ship launched. The British Navy took her over and made her a hospital ship. At some point during the war, the gigantic was damaged by a German mine in the Aegean Sea.
Those damn Germans. I swear.
She ran aground afterwards, so she didn't end up sunk.
If they're gonna somehow work Nazis into this, I mean, I know it's World War I, but still, when Germans are involved in fiction, it's usually also Nazis. It just happens.
It's about a carnival cruise, because that's it. It's not a thing you want, it's a horror scenario. I can imagine carnival cruise, everyone was there to party, everyone got sick, had diarrhea, and probably...
And then they got startled, and then they shouted.
Well, the startled thing, maybe not, but I think that the toilets were probably all overloaded at the same time.
All
they
the
broke, couldn't be used, and there is your horror scenario. I've been on a boat once from Spain to Morocco. It was the worst shit ever, and I think I've told that story before. Everyone started puking all around us. It was stormy, the ship was rocking back and forth, and all the puke was just like going down the hallway, and I was like on this sort of like iron bench because we had really cheap tickets. I have no clue even what kind of ship that was. And I was like laying on my mom, and all the puke and sounds were just going back and forth. Like that was horror scenario enough for me. It was absolutely disgusting and the longest trip ever in my life.
But you still remember it, so at least it was memorable.
I'm not sure that's the only thing I remember from that ship. And I got bitten by a snake on that vacation. That's all I remember. In my knee. Fucker.
The entire vacation is a blur except for the pukes and the snake. Alright. Oh look. A
what
boat.
happened to her after that? One theory going around is that a man named Lord Gourdain bought her. Seemed like he'd been one of the few to survive the Titanic sinking. That trauma turned him into some kind of obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic.
Is that a normal reaction? To survive a tragedy and then to collect memorabilia related to the event?
I think you'd be surprised, yes.
I would have thought that people who were involved in this in some way, shape or form would try to like not have anything to do with it. If you're a murderer.
No, you actually do have people that get traumatized by some event and then get more obsessed in it.
Okay.
Soon enough, the guy wanted the Titanic itself. Which was impossible, of course. It's stuck at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean.
That's what they want you to think.
But the Gigantic wasn't. And seeing as she was identical...
So are we on that one?
So you're saying this Lord Gourdain bought this ship?
So Zero is Lord Gourdain. Okay.
Yeah.
It could be.
At least I think I am.
That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
I'm trying to think what any of this has to do with the people that Zero brought here. Are you gonna tell me that the 9 people that got kidnapped and put on the boat are somehow descendants of people who survived, died during the Titanic? I
think you're looking too much into it right now.
I'm not quite sure, because usually with something as elaborate as this, there is a connection between all the things.
Well, it makes sense that they want to know where they are, but I don't think it has anything to do with them being descendants or something.
I mean, why Zero chose this place? Because I don't think you just wake up one day after having a grudge against these 9 people for some reason for so long that in your mind your next best plan is, I'm gonna get a copy of the Titanic and put them on there after I install these death traps.
The best idea's gotta start somewhere.
Think big, right?
Yeah.
Pipe down, just pay attention. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the Gigantic.
Does it really matter right now?
How can he even prove anything? He has nothing on him.
How can you not prove, or how can you prove that we're not all in just some VR simulation thing?
There's this meme going around too of this guy that was like, Amazon didn't deliver my package and they wanted proof that I didn't get him. That. And you see him like with pictures like and at the door and like empty space pictures, and it's like, it's not here. It's not here.
When customer service needs to follow a process and the process says, ask customer for proof, and then without thinking about it, they just go, please send in proof. It's like, how do I do this? Oh well.
This ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship. So, I just figured.
Oh, for goodness. Don't tell me that's your only reason.
What do you have, Lotus?
Lotus, so far, is the kind of person that I generally really quickly start to dislike, because she doesn't really do anything to help.
Yeah,
but
she's
taking like she's backseating the whole thing and she's just pointing out the flaws. Instead of adding anything to it, she just takes away. Like, she's always criticizing like what could not be in the theories that other people come up with without like providing anything that puts you in the right way.
Usually have like 3 people or sort of people in a meeting. You have the one that just talk an entire meeting. You have the ones that just want nothing but that want to document everything. And you have the ones that just want to do stuff, not document, and keep going. She's like the one that wants to talk because she doesn't want to do anything.
Apparently.
No, I've got more.
Like?
Why is he defending himself? He's not doing anything wrong.
Well,
she is.
I mean, I don't know.
That could be me.
I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
His memory, what does his memory have to do? Do we also have a memory loss?
Well, we don't remember how we got here. Maybe she's referring
because
to
we got knocked out. And then we got kidnapped.
I don't know.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Memory isn't back?
Yeah, thank you, Junpei. Once again, best main character I've ever met so far.
And now everyone's like, we don't remember anything.
Yeah, of course. Do you not have amnesia, bro?
Your point being?
Wait, was I the only one that didn't know?
Did he forget that he forgot?
Well, the question is, what did they forget?
That they had amnesia. At least Junpei did. Hello, Skinner. Congrats on being second.
Cheers.
Don't you also hate it when you forget that you had amnesia?
Why?
Huh.
Yeah, I guess I didn't tell you, huh?
Yeah, none of you did.
I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up.
Oh, he has full memory loss.
Only him, or? Oh god, another hour has passed.
Is this the first or second hour?
Second.
A bell.
It sounds like the clock in the main stairway.
That's a loud one.
10, 11, 12. 12.
When did we stop?
It's midnight. Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
It's been 3 hours already.
Oh, damn. We need to hurry up.
We don't have any time to screw around. Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
Yes, Lotus.
What do you mean find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
By
Talker.
I swear,
Talker.
if it turns out that Lotus is working with our kidnapper, I will not be shocked. Stop stalling us. Do things. You're like Tifa standing around in a video game.
Excuse
Should I
me.
go this way? Should I go that way? Just
At
do
least
it.
I'm doing something there. I'm making a plan.
We've looked everywhere in this room.
Where's her plan?
That only leaves one place to look.
Oh?
Well, not just one.
That threw me off at the line that he said and at the texts that were completely different.
Wait. Don't tell me you mean we need to search all of the other rooms.
Well, split
Don't
up.
freak out. We've already searched 4 of them.
4 rooms?
We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us.
Does she just have a fetish for repeating words?
We're not going with
Each of us can do
Lotus.
6 rooms apiece. We'll have the other 48 rooms cleared in no time.
That's a lot.
There are 48 other rooms?
That's
Yes,
a lot.
that's what she said.
Maybe?
80? What?
You said maybe.
All right, so everyone knows which area they're searching?
We don't.
Yeah.
Yes!
We'll all meet up when the clock goes off again. How about in that room with all the beds?
Yeah.
An hour.
Sounds straightforward enough.
Okay, well,
I'll
fair.
shout if I find any of the components we need.
I hope we can find them within the time limit.
If we can't, then we'll just have to come up with another plan.
Yeah, the plan is to keep looking.
Right. Then let's do this.
Unless
And then-
somebody has a way to cut through solid steel.
Then all of them are individual escape rooms as well.
Could be.
It's 1. I better get back to the others.
Oh,
Oh, we just skipped an hour. Okay,
alright. I didn't expect that.
that's one way. Someone found something then, right? Otherwise we're stuck.
Or somebody's dead.
How would someone be dead?
Because that hasn't happened yet, and I wouldn't be shocked if it did.
What are they doing over there? What happened, guys?
Jumpy, look!
Vacant?
Were we too fast? Wait, was one of the characters missing? Was Lotus there?
Yeah, Lotus was there. We were all in the room.
One character was missing. We saw 3 shots of 2 people. There should be 7 people. We have the 8th one. The 9th one is dead. Or missing.
No one was missing. We have 2 groups.
Who was it? I thought we were supposed to yell if we found it.
It's Lotus, isn't it?
Well...
What the hell? What is up with you guys?
Well, that's the thing.
It's not Lotus.
We don't know.
You don't know?
When I got back, it was already like this. There was no one else here. That means I was the first one back, but the missing parts were already back in the red.
What? Let me see. You're right. It's in there.
Honestly, I don't see what was missing before.
I guess something at the bottom.
What about the other 2?
They're the same.
Let me take a look. It's just as you said.
Alright.
Alright, I just want to be sure here. Nobody has any idea what the hell happened here, right?
So Lotus is lying, or somebody, 0, snuck in while we had all left the room to reinstall the things to throw us off.
Probably that. Or depending what it is, it just got activated and got pushed out or something.
Yeah, or it was just automated because, you know, I'll make it interesting and I stall you for an hour on a 9-hour time limit.
Correct.
None.
Huh. Wait a minute. Where's Snake?
I told you!
Does that mean that he found them?
Snake wasn't missing.
Yes, clearly he is now.
Yeah, now, but he wasn't before.
That's what I'm talking about. When we split up, we were all 8 of us that are remaining, apparently. And when we came back, there were 3 shots of 2 characters each. That's 6 people. We're number 7. Number 9 is dead or missing. So where's the 8th person?
Oh, like that.
Now you know what it feels like for me when you tell me things and I'm like, what is she talking about?
You go like, oh, it wasn't activated because one person was missing. But now it's activated.
That's not what I said.
Well, that's what you said.
That's what you heard, but that's not what I said.
That's why I was confused.
I've no idea. There's nothing to suggest it, but nothing to suggest he didn't either.
He's gonna show up.
That sentence breaks my brain. What?
I don't suppose we'll know until we can ask him in person.
Well, we can't go through the doors without him.
He's pretty damn late. What the hell is he up to?
Be leaving one person
Maybe
behind.
he's lost.
Yeah, well, that seems likely. Dude can't see. I don't know how he gets around in the first place.
Somebody is lying. In order to... Wait.
Just press A. We gotta find Snake.
2 people are lying. 2 people are lying.
Why are 2 people lying?
No, sorry, at least 2 people are lying.
Why?
The only way a room can be vacant is if all the people in it died. Everybody except Snake is here. In order to open a room, you need to use your...
I mean, everyone in it died.
In order to open a room, at least 3 people need to use their arm smartwatch bangle thingies.
Yes.
And it needs to make the number, the digital root has to be the number on the door.
Yes.
So at least 2 other people have to have opened the door together with Snake. The only way all 3 can be vacant and Snake being not in any rooms but in these is 3 people, at least 3 people, opened the door, pushed Snake in, he couldn't find the dead to disable it. Either way, 3 people opened, or at least 3 people, opened the door, not 3 people went in, he dies.
I honestly doubt it.
It's a repeat of how 9 died.
Yeah, but I really don't think so. That would have already had suspicions. We would have probably heard it because we heard an explosion the first time. Seeing how there's a bomb in you.
Maybe really thick walls? I don't know.
I doubt
Ace
it.
looks like Professor True. An older, more suave version, but yeah, a little bit. Plot twist, everyone is already dead. I would also not be shocked if that turns out to be the case at the end, but they made 3 of these games, so...
That would
What's
be
with the other 2?
quite interesting. Like when you're at the last door, you will fail, and it turns out this was all...
A couple games have done that twist before, but I don't think this is one of them. We'll find out at some point.
No! That's impossible! Yeah, my brother's blind, but he's got really great hearing! He can get around as well as anyone who can see!
Is Clover saying he's a daredevil?
Why is she so panicked? All he asked was, or all he said is that he wonders how he's getting around.
Maybe it's a mix between wanting to protect her brother, because he's probably been picked on before for being blind, which is an asshole thing to do. Really believing in him, something like that.
So he couldn't get lost!
Oh.
That's impossible!
The get lost part.
Yeah, Jack. No.
I'm gonna go look for him!
We're all looking for him.
Hold
What?
on, Clover. Wait! Well, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Damn it. What should we
Next.
do now?
I love Junpei. Seriously.
Well, the red is working now.
Oh, wait. What numbers were they? 4 and? What snake? 2.
2.
4 and 2. Digital root is
6.
Is
They
there a
couldn't
door
have-
with 6?
Yeah, the middle one. The unlabeled one. Potentially. Or maybe it's a 4, because 7 plus 1 is 8. 3 plus 1 is 4? We don't
No,
know.
then it's not what I was thinking. Because I thought maybe now we would go ahead, split up, go through 2 doors, and then later it turns out she did find Snake and she went through the last door with her brother. But it also can't work.
We're not leaving 2 people behind!
'Cause you need
we
3.
should go look for them!
I have no idea. Wait.
Well, we have no choice.
No, it also couldn't have been 9, because Snake being 2, if 9 came back somehow, that would be 11. 11 is 2, and there is no door labeled 2. Unless the door that isn't labeled is actually...
We both know we're gonna go look for them now anyway.
Oh man, this ain't good.
I'm with him.
Oh, yes, what an excellent idea. We just wasted a bunch of time looking for some piece of electronic junk. Now let's waste some more by looking for a couple of idiots.
Kinda, yeah.
Then remain here if you feel you must, but there's no time. We've only 5 hours left.
So by standing here, we waste more time.
Exactly.
Let's split up.
All right, I'll take this direction.
Then I shall look that way.
I'll be over here.
See you all later.
I don't trust her.
We should go too.
Yes, let's go! But where should we start?
Well, what way is left? Oh, a lot of ways are left.
A 4-way split.
Let's just
How
start
about-
at the casino.
You take your pick and then we take a short break.
Casino.
So, casino?
Yeah. We just came out of the large hospital.
Are you picking casino because Snake chose that nickname because of Snake Eyes, like in gambling?
No.
That was a really smart move. I didn't expect you to remember that, Tifa.
How about the casino on B deck?
Okay, let's go, Jumpy.
Can't Ace just send out a Pokemon to look for these people? Sending out the rest of the group, basically.
That would be really handy.
What do you think you're doing?
Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake.
I'm looking for people. This is how I look for people too.
I'm gonna go look for Snake in my kitchen to get some more tea. Maybe?
PRV. That was a long way back to the casino, but we made it.
Indeed. Also, Skinner, why did you teabag your footwear? There's a snake in my boots. How'd you manage that?
Teabag your footwear.
You don't get it.
No.
Tifa's too innocent for this one.
I'm just not seeing it.
Snake in your boot.
Junpei, you and Tifa both.
I'm just not seeing it.
And either Skinner hates my joke or he doesn't get it either. I hope somebody does, because in my head it was pretty damn funny.
Really? Maybe you need to look harder.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I still don't see it.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that's the problem.
What can I say?
This game is amazing. It's so on point.
Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two. Care to hear it?
No.
Not really. As a matter
Nothing
of
good
fact.
ever comes after these words in a situation like this. Heck no.
But fine, listen.
True, it doesn't mean we have to agree, right?
What is it?
It only says listen.
Well, I don't like to beat around the bush, so I'll get right to it.
Thank you.
Why don't we team up?
I'm confused. Do you really not know why there's a snake in my boot? No.
Oh, you don't know either?
Of course not.
I thought you were making fun of me for not knowing.
No, I have no idea what it's about, so I looked at it and then I figured, hey, if you did this it would be kind of funny. Haha, dick joke. Do you get it now?
Well,
Do you get my joke now at least?
Well, I suppose. Let me already
Thank you for that link. Now I will watch that after the stream and then I will laugh about it in about 2.5 hours.
Okay, can't tell. Can I pause that?
Stop
Yes.
clicking everything. What are you doing?
Yeah, because
Now
the
you
ad,
broke Tifa.
The ad
Wow.
kept playing, and then by the time I'll watch it, like I had once when I clicked the YouTube video, I'll be like 600 videos further.
How'd you do that? Anyway, look, she's suggesting the thing I figured.
Team up?
Yeah. What? You need me to explain it to you?
So a team is a group of people working together towards a common goal.
I'm saying, why don't we go through a numbered door?
Even if we wanted to, that's impossible.
Y'all just really failed at intentional humor.
Well, I just don't know what a snake in a boot is.
I would argue that depends on your humor, because I thought my joke was hilarious.
Why?
I thought you said it because you knew.
See, that's how it works on 2 levels even. Makes me look smarter than I really am, and I tried to make it one thing. Anyway.
Jumpy's bracelet number is 5, mine is 6, and yours is 8.
Oh, we make a door.
5, 6, 8 is 11 is 19, together is 10, together is 1.
Wait, 1 is not
What?
a door.
What?
Our digital route would be 1.
Yeah.
But there's no number 1 door in the large hospital room.
Was there one in the room back?
There isn't a 1 door that we have found so far, but that doesn't mean there isn't a 1 door.
The only
Do you
doors
want to
there
team
are
up with her then?
7 and 8.
Then we add another person.
Like,
Huh?
snake?
Who was number 6? Wait, that's June. 7.
Why not snake? Snake is 2.
Because Snake is disappeared.
Yeah, but if we find him, but he's not
Fair.
gonna get
Yeah,
separated
guess.
from his sister, I would say.
I mean, I got your joke, but I'm flabbergasted you don't have a quote, there's a snake in my boot.
Nope.
I have nothing in my defense.
What is it from? Like, it didn't say on the video already, from what I could see.
It's a way of life in Texas. Also in Australia, I would think.
Who?
What? Isn't that easy?
Translate for me. There's a snake in my boot. Da ist eine Schlange in meinem Stiefel.
There. Er zit een slang in mijn schoen.
That doesn't sound like a language. It's from Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Been too long. I know I've seen Toy Story, but it's been too long.
Is it a potato guy that says it?
No, I think if anybody, it has to have been Woody, right? Because nobody else is wearing boots.
Well,
I'm guessing. I don't know.
I haven't seen the first Toy Story in years.
Schlange, not what you heard, Skinner.
No, slang.
Also that, also not what you heard, Skinner.
7.
Close. See, I told you she was gonna pick 7. See? I carb loaded during the break, and Tifa was so nice to make me a coffee. I'm acing all the puzzles now.
Oh, coffee was the solution.
Yeah, apparently.
Coffee and carbs.
Yeah.
Oh, if we add 7,
Then it's 8.
5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 7 equals 26.
Junpei, we already were at a digital root of 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. Please.
I want a new group though.
The digital root of 26, 2 plus 6 equals 8. Wait a minute.
I want a new group.
What about the other 4?
Quick maths. Always.
Ace, Snake, Santa, and Clover.
Well, why don't you add them up?
1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. And 1 plus 0 equals 1.
We just did this.
The digital root for those 4 would be 1.
That's right.
Well, they're really trying to make you get this.
Hashtag maths. Hashtag quick maths.
Lots of maths.
No, the number 1 door isn't in the big hospital room, right?
Is she only suggesting this to screw over the other part of the group?
Well, she just wants to save herself, but I really don't think there's a point in that, because if we now just say, fuck it, go through that door, what about the next room? We don't know if we 4 could go through the next one.
That's my thinking.
Unlikely.
Too. Yeah.
Of course I know that.
No! Are you saying you'd leave them behind?
Leave you behind.
What kind of woman do you think I am?
Well, you'd almost let us
You're
die.
giving us nothing to work with here. Please. Please.
Once we get off the ship, we could come back and rescue them, couldn't we?
Okay, supposedly there's what, 6 hours left? 5 hours. Did I say 5 or 6 hours? There's only a few hours left before supposedly this ship
5
sinks.
hours.
Assuming it's 5, even if it's 6, I don't think that's enough time to get off of a ship that you don't know where it's been sunk, go wherever to find help, and then come all the way back with people to rescue the others.
But this doesn't work regardless, because we need to go through the door, which is 9 to escape. We need 3 people at least to go through a door, and so far every door had an individual number. So even if we now go through one door, we're stuck at the next one. We can't make 9.
What was Lotus's number?
What did we say? Was she 8?
Wasn't it 8?
Yeah, she's 8.
Without
leaving more people behind, that is.
Then we wouldn't really
I can't do
be
maps
leaving
right
them
now.
behind.
Not those maps at least. Yeah, I have no idea how she's gonna spin one.
It's not gonna work.
Don't try to lie to us. I don't think you do anything of the sort.
Really? Why do you think that?
If we get the option, we're not teaming up with her though.
Because she's acting like a bitch.
You remember, don't you? We have less than 5 hours left.
5, you were correct. Thank you.
It's possible.
Even if we manage to escape, there's no way we could come back to rescue them in less than 5 hours.
I appreciate that this game is having the same thoughts that I did.
Well, you never know until you try.
How about we don't try?
I'm not thinking this through.
And we stop wasting time here?
Yes. At least let's have this conversation while we're walking.
Even if we brought 7 with us, we wouldn't be able to get off the ship.
How about the occasional snake?
Mm-hmm.
The 4 of us couldn't open door 9.
Oh, there you go. If
See?
only we pressed A.
See? Carbs and coffee. Now, we are like, what, several A presses ahead of the logic of the story.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found.
Can we even still make a 9 with the rest of the group?
Probably.
Wait.
Are you really
1
going to
plus
calculate
2 plus
that?
3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus...
You can only have 5
8.
people go in a room.
Well, I guess somebody's gonna die.
Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Maybe the last door will be an exception though.
Oh, true. There is nothing saying that the last one also has a red. True. True.
It could just be the exit door.
Yeah, that's right. The digital route for the 4 of us would be 8, so we'd have to add Ace to make 9.
That's right. Unless we bring Ace too, we'll be stuck.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
Unfortunate. That's all you have to say?
That's why we're not teaming up with you. Should have thought of this yourself.
Let's try and find another way, okay? A way to get out of here with all 8 of us.
That's impossible. Are you being serious? And you do know that only 5 people, at most, can go through one of the numbered doors, right? The number 9 isn't going to be an exception to that rule. Regardless, at least 3 people will get left behind.
How does she know?
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, with the current
I guess
rules.
that makes sense.
It makes sense to think like that, but...
No. Wait just a second. You're skipping over a really big detail.
Okay.
Is that really okay?
What big detail?
That means 3 people will die in the end. Are you okay with that?
If they aren't dead by the time we get there, it is.
That's just...
You think I could have a moment alone? There are some things I need to think about.
Bye.
That didn't turn out to be a very pleasant conversation.
Yeah.
As do most of the conversations with her.
It's not really a pleasant time, honestly.
None of this is a pleasant time. We've been kidnapped.
Let's just focus on finding Snake for now, okay?
Yes, you're right. We can think about those other things later.
Yeah. All right. Where should we go next?
Oh, so we do get to check every place. I guess we do these 2 next? Just from the top?
Just go top to bottom. I'm guessing once
First class cabin. It's really close.
we've gone through everything, someone will have found Snake.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now someone else is gonna give us an offer.
What should Junpei do?
Talk to her.
Talk to her, right?
Are you all right?
We'll find him.
I know you're really worried, but...
Alone. 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 I said leave me alone!
No, you didn't. I mean, I get you, but you didn't say that.
Maybe we should have done
So
that.
annoying! Just go away and leave me alone! Just looking at you guys is pissing me off!
We're trying to help, though.
Well, she's a bit stressed out.
I get that.
Just go somewhere else! Stop bothering me!
I didn't expect this, but okay.
I mean, there's nothing so far that's indicating this, but I wouldn't be shocked if later we learn that Clover has been like trying to take care of her brother all her life, or since whenever he turned blind at least.
Well, no, I think they're just really close.
Why are you still here? Didn't you hear me?
Snake can take care of himself from what we've seen so far.
At least that's what she says, that doesn't mean it has to be true.
Huh? Fine, forget it. If you aren't gonna leave, then I'll just...
Yeah, we'll go. Bye. Bye.
Let's go, June.
Yeah.
We're on a roll with our meetings.
We're also just trying to find your brother, man.
We really need to find Snake, for Clover's sake. So, where do you think we should go next?
Oh, we can go back to the casino. Let's do the C deck first, or the middle one.
You sure? Not back to the casino?
Well, we have... Well, go ahead.
How about the casino?
Let's go take a look.
I hope Lotus is gone.
There's no one here. Let's try somewhere else.
It's just an option because you can go there.
But now we confirmed. Because when we wanted to check, we just had the conversation with Lotus.
Let's go back downstairs and check out that hallway with all the doors. Oh, it's Ace.
I can't
look
believe
what
the
we
game
found.
lied to us, by the way, Tifa.
What did the game like?
That's way more than 9 doors.
I was like, what?
Big brain jokes.
Hey, Snake! Where are you?
Ace is the first person actually calling out for the missing person. That makes sense.
Ace is actually looking.
You're there.
Yeah. What should Junpei do? Go to Ace?
Might as well trigger a conversation, I guess.
Ah, hello there. Snake is... Well, that's obvious, isn't it?
Not
I
here.
assume you haven't found him yet?
Yeah, doesn't seem like you're having any luck either.
He's the only one properly
Where
searching
he
so
could have
far.
gone.
Well,
From the looks of it.
wherever he's disappeared to, we must find him as quickly as we can. For Clover's sake.
Has Ace done anything yet to make us not like him? Because he seems very reasonable so far.
No, Ace has been okay. Nothing weird.
He has to have some dark history, no? Like something is gonna be there that makes us think different about him.
All of us probably do.
Right.
By the way, do you think Clover and Snake are really siblings?
Why is June blushing?
Does that matter right now, though?
Why would you say that?
Why?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? They don't look alike at all.
And?
Yes, you know, now that you mention it, they don't. Still, there are a great many siblings who do not look like one another.
One of them could be adopted. Both of them could be adopted. Does it matter?
Different
It
parents.
certainly isn't rare. At any rate, we really must find Snake as soon as possible.
See, Ace is reasonable too.
We really can't afford to waste any time.
Exactly.
Very well. Let's get back to the search, shall we? You can leave this area to me.
All right. Let's go, Jumpy.
Okay, so that leaves...
That was... I'll think on it later.
I don't want to leave anything to anybody else other than us. Hello, Hendrik. Happy Friday.
How are you doing, Hendrik?
Like Ace said, finding Snake is our top.
What was weird about that?
I'm not the biggest fan in situations where everybody is kind of like distrustful of each other to just go, you know what, I'll leave it up to you to search this entire huge area by yourself.
Yeah, because we need to split up.
I already beat you to the third. No.
I did not see it at all.
Read all of that, Skin. It specifically says this is just to spite you. Even when you yourself use the third command, technically it still means Hendrik is third. That's how it works. Doing well, been a super easy workday, so I played some Final Fantasy V for like 2 hours. Nice. How are you liking it?
That sounds like a pretty good Friday to me.
Yes. Have you played it before?
Could have those days as well.
I remember playing it like back on my PSP. Must have been like 2006 or something like that. I didn't fall in love with it. Played a couple hours, couldn't really get into it, but maybe I'll give it another shot at some point. I'm unspiteable. That's how Brexit happened.
All right, where should we go next?
Back to the hospital room?
Why don't we go back to the big hospital room?
Okay, let's go then.
Because now we've been everywhere. So maybe? Next scene?
That reminds me of something. Hendrik, since you're saying it's the favorite or your favorite in the series, you replay it every 3 years. Nice. Am I remembering this correctly? This might be funny to Tifa. Isn't the name of the main character in Final Fantasy V in English Butts?
Butts.
Butts. I believe it is Butts. B-U-T-Z, yes.
Butts?
Yes.
I've never heard that name before. Butts.
There is a Final Fantasy game where the main character is called Butts.
Butts.
That is the one thing I remember from it. Also there's a class system, right? Something like that? With crystals?
Butts.
Yes.
Hey,
Rolls off the tongue.
That's
That's my favorite. What do you like most about the name?
Butts.
Butts.
I mean, it speaks for itself. I completely get that.
It has a good butt.
Santa?
But Z. What should Junpei do? Talk to him?
Yeah, might as well.
What are you doing?
Standing around.
Can't tell? I'm checking out the red.
Why? Is there something bothering you?
He's just looking at it.
What? It's not bothering you?
Huh?
The guts of this red. Why wouldn't you wonder who the hell put it back in here?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm curious too, but
Who do you think did it?
I don't know.
Well, what about you, Junpei? Who do you think fixed this thing for us?
That's not my main concern currently, though.
Do you really have the time to argue about this?
You should send Hendrik Max Xenoblade 1 and get him addicted.
Not a bad idea.
No, I wouldn't say start with 1. 1 is my least favorite, honestly.
I think it makes most sense to start with 1, then play 2, then play 3.
I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't have to.
Actually,
I did
no.
2, 1, 3, and it
No.
still makes sense.
1, 2, Torn of a Golden Country, then the epilogue DLC episode were added to 1 in the Switch version, and then 3. Play them in order of release. Yes.
Well, usually yes, but I don't feel like I missed out by starting at 2. You shouldn't start at 3 though, because at 3, a lot of things start coming together and you recognize things from the previous games. I didn't have that feeling in 2 when it came to 1.
Yes, if you've played 1 and 2, 3 will hit different in a good way.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
Different. There's been callbacks to 1 and 2. Yes, there's that as well. They are kind of like Easter eggs, mostly, if I recall correctly, but yes, that's true. Batman 1, the exact same place twice. I don't need the story in Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Also, now that I think of it, I never even finished 1 yet.
I have.
No, I'm like 3/4 through the game, and it's some point
3/4 as normal people would
through. And I never actually continued. Now that I think about it, I still need to do that.
It's great.
I wanted to do it before 3, but then I got addicted to 3, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just finish it now.
3 was so good.
Yeah. 2 was my favorite game for a while, but I think 3 topped that. 1 was like, mwah.
Still number 2.
See the appeal, but... Oh.
So. What did I accidentally trigger? I believe it was 0.
Who do you think fixed this thing for us? I also think 0. Wait, someone other than the 8 of them.
Okay, so here's what I'm trying to say. Even if it was Snake or Lotus, ultimately it was still 0. Because either 0 did it personally or 0 manipulated somebody to do it. In the end, it's 0.
It's not how it works in this case though. I'm gonna agree with 0. Because I just don't. I still want to believe this is a teamwork thing. I'm going with 0 as well. But not because I think 0 manipulated others.
The ending of 1 is what gets referenced into a lot in the spot I'm at. But only if you realize that's what we're talking about.
I think it's probably 0.
Why?
Isn't that obvious? He's the guy who set this whole thing up.
You don't think that should mean the opposite? Seems to me like that means he didn't do it.
Did Junpei just follow exactly the logic I used? Have I mentioned that I love this main character?
I mean,
Junpei makes a lot of sense.
Who do you think took that stuff out in the first place?
Probably 0.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see that Platinum is celebrating the anniversary of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance in 2 weeks? As they should. I still don't think we're ever gonna get a sequel.
I know, and these plebs don't. Jeez, get on it.
Shame her, she deserves it.
And why the hell would he put it back in after he'd taken them out himself?
So that we feel like we're being toyed with, which is what a kidnapper usually gets off on.
It just doesn't make sense. Why do all that work?
To confuse us.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Did Santa just do a... No? Sound a little bit like it, like a kinky...
That's what I do at work too sometimes, just...
In what situation is that appropriate at work? Please tell me.
In what other situation is it appropriate?
When I bring you breakfast in bed.
You've never brought me breakfast in bed.
Because you never let me buy a TV for the bedroom.
I like how you thought about it for a split second so that you could go, yeah. I did. You never have.
I have thought about it.
Yeah, and you never did.
Correct. And I told you, if you let me buy a TV for the bedroom, I will bring you breakfast in bed.
I even told you last time you could. And then you didn't do it in the end.
Because you were complaining
like
about the prices.
The ball is with you. I'm just saying.
Alright. I'll be fine with a 4K 60 Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Best I can do is 1080p. I don't think the PC port allows more than that. You could use an upscaler. Close enough.
How about same game, just re-released in a new box?
I'd be okay with that. Insomniac, the makers of Spider-Man, are making a Wolverine game and targeting an M rating. I'm very excited about that. I am too, if it ever gets a release date, because, yeah, what Skinner said.
What's the M rating?
They can use all the bad words and show you all the bad things.
All the bad words.
Exactly.
I'll take it.
I'd prefer they didn't announce it yet. Same. I like it when a company announces a game and they go, it's out in 6 months. And then I can go, cool, get me a calendar and I can write it down and then I can save up some money and then I can
this
think
way
of
you
ordering
know
it.
it's coming, and then all the people that are advertising for years that it needs to come know that it's in development.
No, I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, but a lot of people do. Like, doesn't it suck if you just don't know for a long time if it's coming, yes or no? Like, at least a confirmation, like, hey,
no,
we'll get to it.
No. Announce it when it's close, like when it's actually about to be released. I've been waiting how long now for Sky Citizen? I stopped caring. It's a money printing machine. Like, that's been announced in 2013 or 2011, I forgot. And it's made 500 million on a game that hasn't released yet.
I would like to know. It's like with Bayonetta 3. I've been waiting for forever for Bayonetta 3. And just a bit before release, I knew it was gonna come now. But I would have liked to know before so that I can stop stressing about whether Bayonetta 3 will ever become a thing. Now I know it's going to be a thing. Still need to wait a long time for it, but at least it will be a thing, and then I can complain about them being slow.
A reason to not announce games too early. Metroid Prime 4. Release date when?
It shouldn't take like another 5 to 10 years.
The last time we heard anything about Metroid Prime 4 was, I believe, 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, when Retro Studios, I think they're called, the people who make the game, announced on Twitter that they're looking for crucial key members of staff to work on the game.
Yeah, it's hard to find staff.
Yes, 3 years ago.
Yeah, still.
For like a concept phase kind of thing.
We're all struggling.
I don't know, Star Citizen is gonna be like, though. I don't understand why people are so hyped. I was when they announced it, when the Kickstarter happened. I've stopped caring since then. It's like, no.
So, what happened then? Who put that stuff back in the reds?
0.
So, in other words, one of us is the person who fixed the red.
Bingo! We have a winner.
Why is it so hard to assume that 0 did this behind our backs?
We were all gone.
That's true.
Yeah.
Then the
doors are
person who
locked.
did it doesn't want the rest of us to know that they fixed it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're locked for 0.
Why?
Correct.
No idea. Maybe if they can clean on that, it means we'd find out something else.
I did it. I would not doubt that.
Something bad?
Not one bit.
And I know how Skinner did it. Look at Skinner's name. There's a 5 and a 3. The digital root of Skinner's name is 8. He came
It's
through the
9.
door with an 8 on it. Oh wait, there's also 1. That's where the 9 comes from. 5 plus 1 plus 3, that's 9. Skinner did it. No, not racism. Digital roots, my friend. Digital roots.
Dunno.
It's not racism, it's proven.
Gotta be worth hiding.
Exactly.
That sounds even worse.
Got nothing to do with the color of your skin, but the numbers in your name. You did this.
Of course. It could have something to do with Snake's disappearance.
So, you think he's dead?
Wouldn't be shocked.
You think maybe they did something to Snake?
Yeah. Look, if you trust anybody in this game, you're gonna lose. You've gotta be careful.
I trust Tifa. I know that's not the smartest choice, but still.
Excuse me.
What,
In a situation like
trusting
this,
you, or?
Especially in a situation like this, I want to believe I'd be trustworthy. I've played enough of these games to know it doesn't end well.
There is no way in hell anybody would trust you in a situation like this. You are way too suspicious. You are the definition of suspicious. You would be so focused on not being noticed in a bad way that you would make all the mistakes and act super suspicious. In the end, you're innocent. But nobody would believe that.
I know. I even got accused of a crime today I didn't commit at work as well.
Why am I hearing this for the first time now?
Well, not even a crime. There was a ticket. I had some arguments with our finance department.
Usually stories escalate towards the climax. They don't start here and then, oh, there was a crime. Actually, there wasn't. What?
No, it's not a crime, but it felt like a crime. Like, I had some arguments with our finance department in the last couple of weeks about how we need to work or how we need to deal with invoices of certain customers. And okay, I was a bit too lenient, I think is the word, but I think the situations were justified. Regardless, now there was another similar situation. I had absolutely nothing to do with it. I didn't even look at that ticket. I had no clue about the case. And then this dude sends me an angry email that I did it again and that I shouldn't do these things. I'm like, dude, it's not me.
But it had your handwriting all over it.
I'm innocent.
That's what I'm saying.
I would have done exactly that, but it wasn't me.
It could have been me, but it wasn't. Just don't do it, Tofu. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically that.
And it's like once, like my time of being innocent at work is over. Like once, 2 years ago, I deleted, or not deleted, I deactivated a lot of articles that were unnecessary in our system when I was responsible for them to clean up a bit. Because we had like 800 and only like 200 were being used. So
That's what you thought.
I threw out a lot, only like 3 of them were needed in the end. And now whenever someone is like, oh, this article is missing, they come to me, it's like, oh, did you touch it? I haven't been responsible for them for like the past year. I didn't touch anything. And still, I'm the culprit. I'm just saying, it doesn't work.
Yes, and Tifa, if you were in this game as a character, you would just randomly, just willy-nilly tell them, have I told you about the beauties of cannibalism yet? And then somebody would go missing and they'd all be like, well, she ate him.
No, I would make a joke that if someone now goes over hungry and there's no food, I could go like, well, there's number 9.
Exactly.
And then that's people would start distrusting me. But before, they don't know me. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, at that point, I'm still innocent.
Also, somebody's trying to shame me into finally starting Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Just for that, Skinner and Fody, I'm gonna skip 3 Houses, never play it, and only play Engage. Without sound. Like while I'm commuting. Without earphones in, just no sound, just Engage. You did this.
We do have the game.
You trust the most could turn out to be the one.
It's just haven't been opened yet.
This?
Excuse me.
Yeah, you look like a backstabber.
What the fuck? Wow.
Why
Can you imagine someone saying this to you?
Skinner, you've played Among Us with us before. Is she a backstabber?
You can't compare Among Us.
Can I not? Or is it maybe preparing me for a possibility where you end up stabbing me in the back like that?
That is completely different.
Yes, she is. Thank you. I agree.
Of course, in Among Us, I will backstab all of you guys.
And do you know why here you can't trust Skinner with this statement?
Because he's also a backstabber in Among Us?
No, because the digital root of the numbers in his name makes 9. There.
That makes him more suspicious.
No, that's proof. Proof. Why did we get that shot of June in the end? It's like, I did it. Where would they go next? Oh my god.
Finish searching?
I'm not a backstabber. You're more like a front stabber.
Oh, you're saying you don't try to put it. I just kept pinching my kill.
Snake hasn't been anywhere we've searched. And we can't keep looking for him. Wherever he is, it's not here. We need to get moving.
We really gotta play Among Us again.
Lotus is right.
She has a point now. We've spent like, how long? Probably like an hour looking for him?
Not yet. The clock didn't go on.
We're not gonna find Snake. There's a problem though. We've got to figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Yes, I have a proposal.
Nobody wants to hear you.
Why don't we decide on one person to sacrifice?
Oh god.
She and her sacrificing.
How about we sacrifice the one person who suggested sacrificing a person? Because clearly they are okay with the concept.
Sacrifice?
Played many times you haven't been there, Tofu. Excuse me, last time you played Among Us, I was there.
What does that have to do with what Skinner said? We've played many times and you haven't been there.
I'm talking about Among Us. I'm not staying awake for Smash Brothers. I'm just saying.
Don't sacrifice Lotus. I will sacrifice Lotus.
We're sacrificing Lotus.
That's a bit of a harsh word, but yes. You've all figured it out by now, haven't you? We can't all make it through those doors. If we split into 2 teams of 4 and 3 people respectively, then 3 people will be left behind. If we split into 2 teams of 5 and 2 people respectively, then 2 people will be left behind. But if we split into 2 groups of 3 and leave 1 person out, then only 1 person will be left behind.
Leaving behind 3 people with 2 teams of 4 and 3?
I disagree with everything she's saying, just so you know.
Wait, not sure. I'm just bad at maths too.
You weren't there on Match's birthday? That's not your stream, is it?
Exactly.
Besides, I had other things to do on Sunday morning.
Sacrifice 18 years of my life to Lotus. You're gonna sacrifice all of your life to Lotus when she sacrifices you.
Also, starting at midnight is too late.
5 and 2.
Time zones suck.
Needs to be earlier.
Left behind if we split into 3, 3, and 1.
Why not 3? Oh wait, minimum number is 3, right?
I got that part. You can't go through the numbered doors with any less than 3 people.
Why not 3 and 4?
But if we split into 4 and 3, then why do 3 people have to be left behind?
Just run the numbers.
Because we can't get the digital
Wait a
route,
second.
I guess.
If we split in 4 and 3 as 2 groups, yes?
Yeah.
What's 4 plus 3?
7.
Where do the other magic 3 people come from that get sacrificed?
Oh, yeah.
She's trying to bamboozle us.
I think
Or
she's
I'm
just
missing
confused.
No, I think she's trying to mess with us.
Let's say we go through door 7 with 1, 4, 5, 6.
That makes 7, yes.
Who's left over?
That would be 3, 7, 8.
Wait, what happens at 2? 1, 4, 5, 6. She's
Snake
7.
is missing.
Oh, yeah.
Midnight on Saturday is early, especially when you don't work Sunday.
It's not
Not
early.
once you're as old as we are.
What's the digital route for that?
It's fine.
6 plus 8 is 18, so add 1, 8, 9.
If I'm like already playing by that time, but it's the waiting for that time, that's a no-go.
Exactly.
Like 9. 9
But
is a
door
good
9
time.
isn't here, right?
9, you say?
9.
Y'all are literally 1 and 2 years older than me. So
Yeah,
my
just
point
wait
still stands.
until next year.
Just wait, in 364 days you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
That means 3,
Just wait.
7, 8 won't be going anywhere. That was just an example, of course.
Is there a reason why 3, 7 and 8 also happen to be the magic numbers appearing behind her?
No, I don't think so. Also, only 7 and 8 appears behind her.
There are a lot of different combinations, but the result will always be the same.
No, the door with the number 3 is behind her too, just off screen. There were 3 doors with numbers on them in this room, 3, 7 and 8. That's what I'm talking
it was
about.
a 3.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought 6. Yeah.
It doesn't matter which 4 it is. The 3 that are left over can't go through any of the doors. Go ahead and calculate it if you have the time. You'll see. Anyway, that's how it is. Now, if we can get back to my proposal.
Nope.
I'll be 31 in 3 months and I still won't be a week. Wait. Tell me that again in 89 days.
If he's 100% weak, she doesn't even work.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm with you on
We only
that.
have to sacrifice 1 person if we split into 3, 3, and 1.
There's no need for a night schedule either.
Exactly.
Then you're saying we gotta decide who's gonna stay behind.
I vote Lotus.
Yes, we do. Given our circumstances, it's logically and morally the best solution.
It's morally the best solution to not look for the missing person but to kill another.
If the other 6 are to survive, then 1 person has to sacrifice themselves.
How about you?
No, that's too cruel.
What's so cruel about it?
To just sacrifice someone like that?
Run, Evie, run.
I mean, you do have a head start. There's a whole ocean between you. Just saying.
Then what's your plan? Maybe we should sacrifice 2 people instead of just 1.
And he would be really bad at coming after you, Evie, because his knees are weak.
That's not what I meant. We shouldn't sacrifice anyone.
Just sacrifice the person who talks about sacrificing people.
I told you, that's impossible. Wake up.
Yeah, the one that talks about sacrificing is never the one that wants to be sacrificed themselves.
And he's absolutely not weak. That's not what you just said.
Whoa, whoa, calm down, you two. Look, what Lotus is trying to say is...
Did he just call them a number?
You should aim to bring the greatest amount of happiness to the greatest amount of people, right?
Where's that coming from?
Exactly. That's how democracy works.
He's trying to make it sound nice.
And for that reason, I think the only fair way to decide who will be sacrificed is through a vote. What do you think?
No, that's terrible.
I'm with June.
I'm not asking you. Shut up.
You just said we need to vote with everyone. You're literally asking us.
Democracy is also talking to each other. What?
What about you, Santa?
Me? Well, I agree, I guess.
All right, that's 1 vote for. Counting mine, that's 2. 7.
I can't say I agree
Yeah,
with
he's there too.
Here we go.
exactly have a choice. If we don't do something, we're all gonna die.
Huh, glad to see you get it. If I can get one more vote, then it's decided. What about you, Clover?
Oh, when did she return?
Clover, your brother has to be behind one of the numbered doors.
She is playing them.
We've searched everywhere, but we didn't find him. Doesn't that mean he has to have gone through one of them somehow?
And isn't the best way to make sure that at least some of us can go through the doors by sacrificing someone?
Let's go look for him together.
And it's like, we should go through the doors and see if he's there.
And we can only go through the doors together if one of us gets sacrificed.
If we sacrifice
saying no.
one person, then we can go look for him.
I have a strong feeling that the person that Lotus wants to sacrifice is gonna be Clover.
You agree with me, right?
In an ultimate dick move.
Okay.
The motion carries. Now, let's start a vote to...
That won't be necessary.
We
Don't-
found him. Ace found him.
Don't tell me he's gonna sacrifice himself.
I will stay. That should solve our problem, yes?
Is he gonna go with I'm the oldest of the group, I've already had a life thing?
He's the most responsible so far. In the beginning as well, he took the lead.
Ace, what are you saying? No, you can't do that. That won't solve anything.
June, I'm afraid you may have misunderstood me.
Oh, if he stays behind and he finds Snake again, they cannot go through door number 3 because they're missing one person.
I said I would stay, but I never said I would sacrifice myself.
Huh?
I trust you, each and every one of you.
Stop.
I believe you'll come back for me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's optimistic, and then there's just nuts.
Democracy is my stupid. Thank you for warning me about that.
Those doors only go one way. You go in, you don't come out. If we go through them...
You won't be able to return, correct?
Yeah.
True, but that will not be the case once you've escaped from the ship.
Supposedly.
What?
I actually wanted to see more of Ace.
Please, I beg you. Once you've escaped, come back and rescue me. Ideally, within the time limit Zero has given us.
Ideally.
No, that's ridiculous. There's
I
no
disagree.
way
Can we
get
vote
back in
against
time.
this?
We've only got 5 hours left. We don't even know where the hell we are.
Has no one really noticed the obvious gimmick yet? I thought someone figured out by this point in the game that Zero can also make you go through the doors because Zero has a bracelet with a 0 on it. And if Ace and Snake and Zero meet up, they can go through number 3. Or the fact that there is a door that is unmarked that we've only tried to rattle
We tried to open it.
Yeah, in the beginning. Why haven't we tried again?
But I don't think the door is the gimmick. It's of that whole game, I think. But honestly, I have no clue.
How many people are there alive?
8.
7.
No, 8.
7. Counting Snake as dead, 7. Dead or missing, 7.
Well, I'm not counting him.
6. No, 7. There were 9 people in here. 1 died and the other went missing.
I'm not counting him as dead yet.
How many bracelets still exist? Supposedly also 7, because we haven't found the others.
How on earth are we gonna find someone to come and rescue you?
Where's Evie going with this? 8.
Yeah, I'm thinking, but I still don't see it. But we have the same amount of bracelets of people that are there. You say 7, I still think 8.
Well, even
currently
if,
7. Current status 7.
Yeah, even if the bracelet of the 9th person has been recovered and one of the other group has it, the rules state that people need to enter the door, not just bracelets, no? So
it does say people, yeah.
So I don't quite know if the 9 bracelet would just get you through the door. I mean, number 9 cannot blow up twice. At least there's that. But
okay, let's assume it's not that it just counts the bracelet as a person when it's scanned. I mean, the scanner doesn't know whether there's a person attached to it, yes or no.
Yeah, then Ace would still be stuck in here, assuming that he has the number 9 bracelet, because 1 and 9 is 10, that is 1, there's no door with a 1 on it.
No, but that means there is one trader if the bracelet is still there. Honestly though, if your bomb in your body explodes, I expect the bracelet to be broken, but besides the point.
Unless it's made of like god metal or something. Yeah, true, the bomb was in the person, but we don't know if a bracelet survived.
Yeah, but that means there is a trader who went in that room, who took the bracelet.
Yeah, and it's somebody in the other group.
So it's either Ace, Lotus, no, Lotus was with us, so it's not Lotus. Ace, Snake, Clover. What was the other one?
Ace, Clover, 7.
7, Snake. Well, it could be that Ace has the other bracelet.
Even if he had the other bracelet, then he wouldn't be able to go through a door by himself unless somebody else also gave him their bracelet. Because you need at least 3 bracelets if we're not going with it needs to be 3 actual people. If a thing only checks for bracelets, he needs 1 more. And unfortunately the game doesn't show us whether somebody else gave up their bracelet.
Well, you can't take off your bracelet. So there's no giving it up.
True. I mean, look at the shot of Ace here. Maybe he cut off his hand and we didn't see that yet because he's got his hands in his pocket.
People went through that door. Shouldn't they know if the bracelet broke or not? Yeah,
yes,
true. Okay.
They should.
Especially now that you mention it, I'll assume that bracelet is in the game.
Also pretty weird that they never brought this up. So either all of the group are in on this or the person who recovered the bracelet didn't tell the others.
Also wait, if we have, let's say Snake comes back, then we have 2 plus 9, it's 11, plus 1. Well, then they could go through number 3.
Yes.
Okay, that's going to be the plot twist. Ace has, no, Snake. Snake has the number 9 bracelet. Because I trust Ace. Snake has the number 9 bracelet, he will show up later. Ace, Snake, and number 9 will go through door 3.
So 1 sec. Assuming that Snake has the bracelet,
it's Snake.
Which door did he go through? He has 2, he has 9, that's 11, that's 2. Which one of the others did he trust enough to tell them to help him get through one of the doors?
He couldn't have gotten through one of the doors.
Yes, he could have.
Then he's dead.
Also true.
Then...
Unless there is more that we don't know.
Perhaps you would prefer to stay instead of me? Or perhaps you would be willing to leave June behind? You see, there's no other choice.
No,
I'm willing to leave
want Lotus to stay behind actually. Can we talk about that?
Can we vote on Lotus?
Can we nominate people?
Then I see we've come to our conclusion.
Didn't we say democracy? Who said that again?
Exactly.
Go on. Don't worry yourselves about me. Go, quickly.
I kinda like these.
Yeah.
Let's accept his kind offer then.
Good. I think this is the best for me. Perhaps I'll be able to take a nap. It may be my age, but I get tired so easily these days.
All of this seems weird.
Ace probably betrays us in the end.
You think it's gonna be him?
I think it's Snake, honestly.
Well, what are you waiting for?
If we're going to get betrayed, it's gonna be Snake.
I would think it's Lotus, but maybe that's too obvious and she just likes acting like a bitch.
No, I think Lotus.
Too obvious?
Too obvious, just trying to save her own skin.
Also, we've been so stuck in this room talking about where Snake went. What happened to the door with, what was it, Jupiter or whatever sign on it?
We don't have a keycard.
Yeah, but shouldn't we try to find that?
Well, we saw, blah, blah. We looked everywhere.
We're wasting time. Why don't we hurry it up?
We spent an hour looking for things.
Yeah, and that throws me off too. Like, why didn't we focus on, like, it sucks that Snake is missing, but why didn't we focus on trying to find a way through the door with the Astro whatever sign?
We're gonna run in a circle anyway.
You're right. We should get going. That's all we can do right now.
I have a feeling once we do our room, we're gonna get out of the unnumbered one with a keycard. I think that door is an exit.
You know, like the 3 doors with numbers on them are all connected to the same room.
That could be. But I think that door is an exit.
Seriously. Honestly, I was getting kind of sick of listening to you guys talk.
You too, Santa? I have to find my brother. Wait, all of you. Let's just calm down and think about this. There has to be a way to get everyone out. There has to be.
Okay, make a suggestion.
Right, Jumpy? Say something.
Yeah, let's think. There's gotta be another way.
Fine. Forget about it. I'll figure it out on my own.
We just said we were trying to think about it.
Ace! Come on, Ace. Please stand up. You can't give up yet. We just have to sit down together and think about this. We'll figure out a way that we can all get out of here.
Also, why did 7 have amnesia? We also kind of dropped that whole plot device.
Well, there's no point in talking about why. Oh,
Ace!
excuse me.
What happened? Ace, say something.
I'm all right.
How are you all right?
Is this why he sacrificed himself?
Yes.
A syringe?
So poor, ill. What?
Sleeping?
Soparil beta. What does this do?
I've never heard of it. Any ideas?
Prose.
Did you use this?
Yes. It's just anesthetic.
Why did he? Where did he even get that from? Oh wait, we're in a
hospital.
Anesthetic?
Well, I didn't assume it would be filled.
Oh, is he knocking himself out because he...
Well, this makes it easier. If he's knocked out, you have to move on.
Yeah, plus he might not be aware of whatever happens in the next 6 hours.
I found it earlier. While we were searching the hospital rooms, I thought it might be useful later. I didn't think I'd be using it on myself.
Couldn't you have used it on Lotus?
Why did you do this?
Didn't I tell you? I'd like to take a nap. I really am. Very tired.
He could have used it on someone else. Fair's fair.
Ace.
Is there something you want to say? I just like to sleep a little. Could you
At least put him on a bed.
keep it down?
The thing with these anesthetics is... Did he take enough to knock himself out so that he isn't conscious with whatever happens in the next couple hours? Or did he take enough to kill himself?
You're overthinking it.
No, don't, Ace. Don't fall asleep.
I'm gonna go with falling asleep.
You feel warm.
He sniffed it. That's a weird way to use a syringe, but maybe.
So comfortable.
That would hurt.
I think I'll have a nice dream.
And he knew it was an anesthetic, so he probably knows something about it.
Ace! Ace!
At least put him on the bed. Oh, never mind.
Let's get him up on a bed.
Thank you.
Well, we really don't have a choice now. We can't let his sacrifice go to waste.
I would love to know.
I really don't like her.
I would love to know what the rest of the messages that Zero put into everybody's pockets say. Because I really think they are connected to why the people here are doing what they're doing.
Right?
Like you even mean that.
You say something?
Nope.
Yeah, I said bitch.
No, nothing.
Yeah, but we're not done choosing yet, are we?
Huh? What do you mean?
What?
Well, we haven't decided who's going in what door.
I'm not going with Lotus if I have the choice.
Yeah,
We're
I
taking
agree.
the opposite.
Yes,
route.
that's true.
Enough of this screwing around. Let's decide. You first, Lotus. Which door do you want?
I want door number
7.
So I don't want 8. Ranger.
Cheers.
Gonna drink
Joining you there.
It's the same number as my bracelet number.
Got it. You're 8.
Also, I'm saying too close to the desk.
You're next, 7. Which one do you want?
8.
I'll take 7. Can't get along with that old lady.
I want to be on your team.
What? What did you just say?
You heard what he said?
Who, me? I didn't say nothing.
She only has a problem with old.
Oh, you're gonna get it next time.
All right, who's next? Junpei, which door do you want?
7.
I think I'm gonna go with door 7.
Did he just call Bay an old lady? Yes.
Okay, 7 it is.
Wait, who's gonna come with us then?
I don't care as long as it's not the old witch lady.
It has to be June and Clover. Actually, no, wait, that's 16, which is 7. Yeah.
All right then. That means June's got to go through 8.
What? Why?
Yeah, why?
What?
If the 6 of us are gonna keep going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it. Have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7, and 4, 6, and 7 go through 8.
I'm fine with that.
So we're gonna get...
No, wait. 3, 5, and 8. No, that means she's with us. She's 8, no?
No, she's...
No, she said 8 because that's her bracelet
4,
number.
5, and 7 go through 7, and 3, 6, and 8 go through 8.
That's the one we need.
Okay, so we get Clover. Yeah, correct, Evie.
Or 3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5, and 8 get 8.
Well,
Numbers, man.
There's only one option. Hope he doesn't get his memories
3
back.
and 4, and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors.
I like 7 a whole lot more than her so far.
You get it now?
Yeah.
Oh no. You're saying we aren't gonna see each other again for a long time.
Hey, come on. You're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other again.
She's gonna die.
We gotta split up, but only for a while.
She's gonna end up dead.
This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember?
This is foreshadowing, right?
I don't
We
think
got
so.
split up then too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Probably.
Probably.
Well, it's not like we know.
Somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible.
That makes sense. Please keep talking. We have nothing but time.
He's not gonna
Exactly.
end this game until
We're
we
not
get
in a hurry anyway.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
Yes. Promise?
I wonder if you actually line up all of the spoken lines in the game and read out the lines that aren't spoken, if time matches up with the time that passes in game.
I don't think so.
You guys are done, right?
Okay.
Anyway, that's pretty much it.
By the way, if you do kill Ace right now, you can take his bracelet. I'm not going to hack off his hands.
Clover and I will both go.
No, if he dies, the bracelet comes off. That's one of the thingies. It's connected to your heartbeat. Once it doesn't recognize, or once it doesn't recognize your heartbeat anymore, it will come off.
True.
So if you're dead, you can take off the bracelet.
Didn't I in the beginning of the game say, because it detects heartbeat, somebody is gonna use a drug to make their heartbeat so slow to fake out the bracelet?
He's not going to do that now. What's the point of...
I would Google Soporil Beta, but I'm pretty sure that's not a real drug and it's gonna lead me straight into spoilers for this game.
He's literally falling asleep. He is asleep. He can't take off his own bracelet.
Yes, he can.
How?
By falling asleep with your arm pointing downwards.
We're the one that... What kind of watches do you wear? If it was that easy, they would have all slid off already.
I'm saying the bracelet becomes loose when the heartbeat stops.
You're forgetting the point that we are the one that put him on a bed.
And?
He doesn't have a choice in how he falls asleep. We're the one that put him on a bed. We decide how he's sleeping.
Ace is better than that.
I figure I'll take 8 and Clover can take 7.
June didn't realize while she was holding him that he put his arm down on the bed. Snake will take it off. Vatsu, they're teaming up. Could be. Snake is a true mind master.
I do think Snake will come back and will team up with him in the end.
Also, Skinner, thank you for confirming it's not a real drug, so I should never Google this while we're playing this game.
Oh, okay.
Any problems with that, Clover?
Whatever.
I think that's kind of smart, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready to go then. Let's move.
Let's mosey.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can live with this group.
Let's go.
Time to run. First.
It's open.
Let's do this!
If I wait on this screen for 90 seconds, do we get a bad ending?
Hurry!
I would kind of like that.
Do you know how often I would get a bad ending accidentally?
June.
Are you in the way? Excuse me.
What are you doing?
Our timer.
You have 91 seconds before you both explode.
No, it's when,
seconds.
It's when the door closes.
Yes, 9 seconds before the door closes and then 81 seconds before you explode. You've got 90 seconds. Wait.
Wait.
Only 81 seconds left!
Okay, that was a whoosh movement.
She jumped to the side or what?
Yeah, she was moving, we were moving, it was speed lines.
Oh, somehow I thought she jumped us.
For a second I thought she was an illusion and she was disappearing in front of our eyes.
Look! The door on the left! I can see the dead!
It's fine, June just got cut in half.
Okay, time to move on. Can we wake up Ace?
Made it.
It stopped.
There we go.
It stopped.
You're freaking me out, dude.
This is the second time we've gone through one of these numbered doors, but whew,
It's adrenaline.
you never really get used to it.
Yeah, fair enough. If you told me I have to run somewhere in 81 seconds or I explode, I'm gonna make plans to explode.
I would have thought a guy your size would have bigger balls than that.
Wow.
What? What the hell did you just say? Say it again! I dare you!
I don't think he will get along with this little one either.
What part of her line is the one that ticks him off? Is it about the size of his balls or...
Well, she's making fun of him.
You have no...
You little... You wanna die?
I'd like to see you try.
Oh my god, please, we have less than 5 hours.
Fucking Brad, alright, let's go!
Hey, calm down, guys. This isn't the time for this.
Yes.
No matter which door we go through, or with who we're fucked.
Can't we just be normal for once?
Wait here for a minute, alright? I'm gonna go see if there are any other doors.
How about, Tifa? We're gonna wait here for a minute, or we're gonna make you wait here for a minute by taking another short break, because I drank a lot.
BRB.
PRB.
And we're back.
Our team got in a deathmatch right after using the dead. It does appear to be the case, yes. I mean, now they're behaving, but still. Large man easily provoked by small girl.
I get it though, emotions are running high.
For some reason, yes.
I'd get mad as well, probably.
About that?
We just came through this door. And of course it's shut tight.
Yeah, that happened
There's a
before
short
too.
hallway on the left here. And an iron wall. I doubt I can get through it.
We can try.
This door's the only option we've got, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Go for it.
Hey, something's written on the door.
Where?
I'm glad you asked me, because I'm like, wait, written on the door.
On that iron plate.
No, it's not. Stop lying to us.
Iron plate.
It says operating room.
What? Where?
If this thing's telling the truth, there could be body parts inside here.
Operating room? Where's the plate?
Am I supposed to be able to see it? Because I'm not seeing it.
Well, this is probably not going to be pleasant.
Right there, Jack, can't you see? Yeah, you're trying to pull my leg.
There is no plate on this picture.
No, this is one of those Danganronpa 3 moments where, like, it's supposed to be there.
Well, there's no point to standing around.
Remember the 50 feet tall room in the beach house?
You know what I see in this? A dog.
Never stand on one leg, Jack. It's cool, I'm prepared.
Might as well go in and see what's waiting for us.
And?
No, it's nothing. Let's just go.
Why don't we get to see? Please.
Huh?
Nope.
See, there's a plaque on that thing and that says chemical room.
Are you sure that's a chemical? Well, maybe. Not diseased.
That's chemical room.
Well, that makes sense.
What the hell is this?
Why don't we take a look?
Hey, Clover!
Makes sense.
It's Snake and he dead.
What?
Clover!
It's not really Snake, is it?
Hey, what's wrong?
See?
What the hell is this?
It's not Snake.
Is this a corpse?
No, it's a human.
Oh
Doll.
my god.
That's no Snake.
We should probably take a closer look.
Clover just got plucked. Why does that give me some weird sexual vibe when you put it like that?
Because it's Skinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game agrees.
This is...
Oh, that's weird.
Okay.
What what's that game called where you have to like remove body parts from a thingy? We called it Dr. Bibber.
Same in German, Dr. Bibber, because bibbern is
Like
shaking
shake.
when you're cold. Something
Like you have
that.
this tiny pincet and you need to take out organs and stuff.
Operation. That makes sense because apparently this is the operation room.
That's kind of a boring name.
So it's called Operation Room because in here you play the game Operation.
I like Dr. Shaking better.
Dr. Twitching, yes.
Yeah, Dr. Twitching, that's the better translation.
I looked up the voice actors of this game and one of my favorites is Snake, so I'm glad he's not dead before I got to hear him. I'm happy you're happy.
So
Dr.
far?
Shaking, basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
Anything else suspicious besides the heart?
No.
Not yet.
don't
Actually,
think
there's
that's-
something on the table.
And I don't think that's where the heart is located because that's pretty close to like elbow area, shoulder.
Well, it's kind of covering the middle as well.
Yeah, but the heart is more in the middle actually. Anyway,
What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something.
The toes creep me out a little bit.
yeah, a little bit. Unnecessary details.
You're right. It's only a doll.
Did she think it's...
It really scared me.
Okay, yeah, I mean, fair enough, she's looking for her brother, yeah.
We have someone missing, suddenly you see a body on the table.
I get it.
Well, I guess it would have been weird if you actually had any balls.
Shut it! Don't you start with me, fatty.
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, short stuff?
Get a room. Oh wait, we're in one.
I can't say I like Clover either.
Bring it on, you whale!
Also, didn't they do one room together already?
Hey, guys,
supposedly yes.
not again, okay?
Can't they get along?
Seriously, knock it off.
See, Tifa, knock it off, as in to stop doing something, not to knock something off on wood.
Yeah, I knock it off. On wood.
I would love it if you knock it off when you say knock it off. Thank you, video game, for teaching Tifa a lesson.
Jeez. Anyway, it looks like he's got something the two of you could stand to have a little more of.
Tifa knocked Jack off. No, she didn't. What you just heard was the desk we're sitting in front of. It was not part of my body.
I'm talking about a heart.
You peep pretty hard.
It's my muscles.
Oh, this? You mean on his chest?
Can we take that out? It's gonna be a clue or something.
Probably, yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if it was.
Why would there be a heart in a doll?
Because this is an operation room.
I don't think it's a doll.
Wait, what?
Maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something?
Mannequin and doll are different things.
Are they?
Yes.
Or maybe it's got
Technical.
more personal uses.
It's the same thing. Why have different names?
Yeah. I know, right, Tifa? What is... No. 7 with a Skinner mind. Why?
Anyway, how about we take a look around this place?
Yeah, how about we don't talk about sex dolls right now?
Okay.
7's facing.
Oh, there's a lot to check here.
I like to think that in between these puzzle rooms, Junpei just keeps his eyes closed to be cool.
Okay, we have a big room. Objection! Indeed. Let's check this thing first. Hey, I wanna know what this thing is. It says kg on the display.
That means it's being weird because it's kg. Get it? It's kilograms. You think maybe it's a scale? Yes.
An operating table? Do you think old operating tables look like this?
I have no idea.
These dolls are really kind of creepy, you know.
Hey, it says something here. John Doe?
You think that's this doll's name?
Maybe.
This thing is creepy.
I wonder why it's on the bed.
Can we click on it again?
A creepy medical mannequin is lying on the bed. Apparently his name is John.
Can't we get closer than that?
It's an old operating table. A medical mannequin is lying on it. Huh? There's some sort of lid on this thing.
Why don't you try opening it?
Can't, there's no handle. Can't get under it with my nails either.
Okay, so we're gonna need an item for that.
Well, that looks like plenty of items here. Oh, a scalpel. A scalpel that's not even rusty.
That looks a bit rusty to me, you know?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Seems like it was put here for a reason, huh?
You think it's telling us to cut something?
Yeah, I do. That's blood, that's rust.
Looks like rust to me.
There's no blood in this game. Never.
I don't know if this other stuff looks useful.
Yeah, it's all pretty rusty. See?
See, this all looks cleaner to me if...
What doesn't rust?
No, it's on the blade.
I know the NHS, the National Healthcare System in the UK, is suffering, but Skinner, are you saying that your scalpels over there are made from wood? Imagine. Imagine.
Fun fact.
Oh god, here we go.
I once pierced open the hole in my ear with a toothpick.
Why?
It hurts. Wood is not very handy as a scalpel.
Why would you do... Yeah, sorry, I'm with Skinner for once here. Why?
Because after a while you just get this little lump thing in it, and I thought I could just quickly like poke it through.
I did the same, but with a threading needle. Small world.
Yeah. Like, it's not like I tried to poke a new hole with it. It's already there. But at some point, you get like this little thing in there, and I thought I would just quickly like poke through it.
What a horrible day to have ears.
Yeah, just opening up the new hole, exactly.
Small brain, small like if it wasn't for the fact that I'm incredibly squeamish, it makes sense. Because you have a hole in your ear and it's getting smaller because you don't have something in there making it bigger, so you're putting something through there to make it bigger again. And so you just use something that you have lying around. The logic is there.
It worked.
Yeah.
But I don't recommend cutting people open with wood.
That's what we were originally talking about, yes. Basically, don't go to Brexistan for medical things because they will try to cut you open with wood, apparently.
When in need of surgery, don't go to UK.
Yes, wooden scalpels. Something that looks like it could be a scale next to the operating table. It has something that looks like a lid on the front of it.
Okay, so there's nothing we can open with a scalpel?
Or Germany, we haven't resorted to using wood to cut people.
And I was in the Netherlands. I was like 11, 12. Now I just leave them closed because whenever I do wear earrings, they get stuck in my hair anyway. There's no point.
It's just clip-ons. Nothing wrong with it.
Nah.
Nah.
You didn't see it anyway.
Neither have we, you heathens.
You're the one that was like, oh, it's wood.
You
wood
acted
doesn't
like
get
this
rusty.
is normal. Just tie your hair back, genius. You cannot do anything with this hair. It doesn't work like
I
that.
can tie it back, but I don't really like it. I prefer to keep it like this.
Exactly. A medical mannequin with its guts showing. The guts. This part.
It's every day. Gross. Cut it off. Not again. I need to get paid for that.
Join me in Benjima. You are welcome to have my hair in roughly 2 years when I cut it again. It's not gonna be cheap, but you can have it.
That's true.
Hey, Junpei. There's a slit in this thing's chest.
I'm glad he pointed it out.
I didn't see it. Yeah, sure is. There's something in there. Maybe we can get it out. Damn it. Stinking thing won't budge. It's stuck.
I guess you can't use force on this one then. We need something small that can fit into that little hole.
I have just the thing. You can see this thing's internal organs. If we had something that could fit into those cracks, maybe we could take out some of the internal organs.
Well,
Why don't we use the scalpel blade?
Well, that doesn't work.
I don't want no second-hand head, my turn me in German. Vielleicht. It's a maybe for all of you non-Germans.
Apfelstrudel.
Schnitzel. Schmetterling. Just a wooden partition. Nothing special about it.
Really?
Simple wooden partition. It separates the hallway from the operating room. Glockenspiel.
Ich brenne deine Kuh.
Don't burn cows.
Don't listen to Fody. Oh, we can go behind it. Let's do...
Quoting Fody.
Actually, no, not behind it yet. Here.
What's the thing on the desk on the left-hand side of the screen? Because that looks creepy. Ich will die Kinder essen.
It's a good thing you said it.
Why?
I bet Andric means the chocolate, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kinderschokolade. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I'm drinking, so you guys drink too.
I will
drink to that.
join you
Cheers.
just as well. Also, hello, you. How was your stream? How are you doing?
It's the only German phrase I know. What kind of German do they teach you guys? We have Ich brenne deine Kuh, so I will burn your cow. And ich esse da, what was the...
Ich will deine Kinder essen.
Ich will deine Kinder essen, I want to eat your children.
Yeah, I know what it means, but it's still fun to say.
And we have Ich brenne deine wunderschöne Tochter. And we have I will burn your beautiful daughter.
No, like, how does the conversation happen where you go, hey, you speak German? Yeah, sure do. Can you teach me a sentence? Sure, what do you want to know? How do I say I want to eat your children? Like, is that just a random icebreaker? Or like, I know that when people tell me that they speak a language I don't, I ask them to teach me how to curse. Because
that's usually one of the first things you learn.
Exactly, and you can always use that. But I've never asked someone to teach me how to say that I want to eat their children. Because that it can be taken so many wrong ways.
That's true.
It was good. Glad we're starting to crochet the flowers into squares now, and now eating some dinner.
Ooh, nice.
What are you having? Make us envious.
Making progress.
No. Fafanculo? What?
What does that mean?
Why do I think I just said something horrible?
Oh, that could
I'm not gonna Google that.
Also, which language is that?
I'm guessing Italian, Spanish? No idea.
Italian. You were quite good.
No idea what it means, but Maschinengewehrschütze.
No idea
what we stuck. I was a teenager. That was many moons ago.
Yeah, I guess some words just stick around.
Yeah. It basically means fuck you. If you had told me that that's a type of pastry, I would have believed you. You know?
Yeah, I would have gone with a mozzarella.
Oh, yeah, or cheese, yeah.
Yeah, like a cheese.
Yeah. Like, what was that buffalo mozzarella called? Burrata, I think?
That could absolutely be...
Yeah. I'll take it.
It might sound a bit weird to some people, but I'm having a fish finger salad. Or sandwich. That's okay, I always had fish finger sandwiches.
Trust Tifa to read the word sandwich and say salad. That should tell you something about Tifa.
I used to do the same with ketchup.
It's just like a fillet, but was cut into rectangles. Doesn't sound bad. Yeah.
I haven't had that in so long, but on a bolletje, like this soft bread.
Tifa means a bread roll. She's
on a bread roll.
Speaking Dutch to all of you.
Fish fingers on bread rolls.
Didn't we do that the other day when we came back from the Netherlands and we had your soft bread rolls taken along?
With your vegan ones, yeah.
Yeah. It always freaks me out when we buy like vegan fish sticks. Yes, I'm pronouncing it correctly because of some of you, Skinner. And to me it tastes just like the real ones. And according to Tifa, they are pretty close.
The vegan fish sticks I actually like better than the real ones. And that's pretty rare for fish replacements.
It works. Ow. Getting hiccups.
The drawer is empty. No children or fish stick sandwiches in here.
Please, Tifa, for once in your life, fish sticks.
Fish sticks.
Thank you. Yeah, nothing there.
Okay, all
There's
of them.
nothing on the lower shelf. Why don't we check the thing with the holes that's on the desk?
This is how we miss things because we jump all over the place. I clicked on the closet, we finished the closet, and then we moved to the table.
Talking about closets, no Tifa, we're missing things because you are a gay fish. Tifa is Kanye confirmed. If Tifa was Kanye, I would be gone.
I'm
Kanye
saying
West
fish
needs
sticks.
help. Lots and lots of help. Somebody to make sure that he takes his medication.
Do you guys eat dinner before or after stream? Before. I am way too hungry after work to eat after stream. And after is also a bit too late for me. Like I usually go straight to bed when I'm done streaming.
I beat Tifa. I also usually eat something after stream too.
Yeah, like leftovers.
Yeah, I need all the energy to maintain this body.
That's very true.
They don't eat dinner, they're robots. Maybe Skinner. This is the best robot I can do. What are you
doing? The robot?
Nice. Awesome. That was horrible.
That was pretty convincing. I know.
Could have fooled me. I've been taken over by the AIs for a long time. Yeah. This is ChatGPT, the stream basically.
My logic is undeniable.
There's lots of kinds. If I was an AI, I wouldn't be this bad at reading text. There's a lot of different kinds of medication. It's hard to tell them apart.
we'd be bad at so many things.
A whole bunch of bottles on the shelves. They all look like medicine. We've got labels, but they're all big medical words that I don't understand.
Makes sense. I think that's a lot of medicine.
I wonder if one of these is a laxative.
Why do you want...
Yeah, it sounds kind of gross, but pretty sure every one of us had the same idea. Oh, to get the bomb out of her body.
He already said that wouldn't work.
No, puking it out doesn't work because he put it in you long enough ago that it's in your intestines, not your stomach. You cannot puke out stuff that has moved past your stomach.
Yeah, but I don't think... I think he also mentioned pooping it out,
No, he didn't.
No?
No, he specifically talked about regurgitating it. If we had some laxatives, maybe we could crap out the bomb Zero put in us. Unfortunately, damn it. I don't know what medicine does what here. Yeah.
Okay, so now we got... Oh, conifer. Oh, okay.
Shelves are packed with bottles of medicine I can't identify still.
Maybe you're supposed to heat something like that gauze to kill the bacteria. There's a boiling thingy over there.
There's nothing on the lid or in the drawers. Or on the lid.
Oh, it's a table cooking something.
That looks wild.
I'll take it. A
Fake chest.
Oh,
okay.
what we need to take out of the head thing probably fits in here. See?
Possible.
Ew, that's gross.
This is the chest. It's a woman's chest. The heart's gone, but it's pretty hot. What? What?
If that kind of thing turns you on, Seven, you're a real creepo.
Yes. Yes. A thing for boiling tools to sterilize them. There's nothing in the drawer. Like how they don't know the word, like the actual medical term for it either, so they just go, it's a thing. I appreciate that.
Makes sense.
What's this thing? It's got these short iron legs.
Maybe it's a heater.
There's nothing inside it.
There's a pipe going outside.
Can we escape through the pipe?
Oh, we're finding a body. Can I put the other bit here?
This bed doesn't look very comfortable.
Another medical mannequin?
From the looks of it, this one's a chick.
I want to put the chest on there. She has a name too.
Jane.
Lucy. Okay.
Lucy. Okay. Poor thing. Looks like Miss Lucy only has a head and a left arm.
Maybe we're supposed to gather all her parts? Can I?
An old hard bed. Lucy's head and left arm are sitting on the bed. Maybe something will happen if we gather all of her body parts.
Put it?
I think you might have to assemble them first.
I suppose.
There's some kind of device attached to the bed. It says KG on the panel. It reminds me of my favorite actor.
Who's that?
Nicholas KG.
That one is really bad. That didn't work at all.
Nick Cage, if you ever hear this joke, sorry, I tried. Is this a scale? Yes.
I'm
Probably
guessing it needs to have the same weight as the other mannequin later. Oh.
Or something in medical records that we need to find.
Also, wait, what's sticking out here? Oh, the thing here, okay.
Yeah.
They use these for surgery, right? Let's see, syringes, cups, something. There's sort of a scissor-ish thingy.
I love how they don't know any of the words. There are a bunch of surgical tools on the table. One of them looks kind of like a pair of scissors.
I'll take it.
It's so relatable. What's it called?
Kocher or something. Are these scissors? They look kind of funny.
No, it's probably a pair of Kocher forceps.
Oh, is that what they, like after they do a cut to like pull your muscles apart?
To
or like
open
pull...
whatever they made the cut in, yes.
Oh yeah.
Like a forceps. Couldn't think of a word. Surgeons use them during operations. They can hold blood vessels shut and keep tissue out of the way.
Oh, close.
You can use it to pull stuff out of small holes or something like that.
Okay, so we have an item for that now. Anything else?
Bunch of surgical tools. Bunch of surgical tools. Bunch of surgical tools. A bunch of surgical tools.
Okay, looks like that was that.
I think it might have been a bunch of surgical tools, Tifa.
Are you sure? Should we check again?
Maybe. Fake organ. That's a lung.
So we took the organ thingy out of the chest thingy?
Every time somebody says thingy, take a drink. It's a lung, not an organ thingy. We're gonna need to BRB again in like 12 minutes because Tifa's gonna drink a lot.
I'm like a camel.
You're not Ranger's real dad? No, not me, but her.
Huh? This part here on the back, it's all rubbery.
You're right. So it's a fake organ, of course it'd be. Wait, what's 7 grabbing it for? Hey, it feels like there's something in here.
You think we can cut through the rubber part?
If only we had a scalpel. Let's try cutting this organ with a scalpel. Organ key.
Oh, that fits in the chest. Can we now combine this, maybe? No, okay. No. I tried.
But good thinking. Lungs are pretty tasty. Never tried, never will, and never was interested either.
It looks too bleh.
No. The only organ stuff I ever ate was liver in liver sausage. And I have eaten blood in blood sausage. Other than that, no. And thinking back, both of them make my stomach turn now. So I'm good.
Yeah. The organ is now Oregon. See, that's a good one.
At least I come up with my jokes myself. That could have been me. Really, Clover? I expected more from you.
Oh, like you could do better.
I'm sorry, my Nicolas Cage joke was hilarious.
It was horrible.
That was a 9 out of 10 pun. Cool, it's unlocked. I didn't even know it was a thing. I've never eaten a lung. I've not even had liver or kidney.
I'll pass on all of that.
Yeah, I would recommend the same. I think you hang your coat here. There's a bunch of folks.
It's for the bodies. When you're done, you just go.
Exactly. After the operation failed, you just put them there for the time being. Let's see if... Piece of paper. What's this? Is this some kind of medical record? Yes, of John and Lucy. New material has been added to the file screen. Cabinet with a drawer in it. There's nothing left in the drawer.
Okay.
What the hell are you doing? Don't you want to get out of here?
I'm tired.
I've been looking around for maybe 2 minutes. Okay.
I found a beaker.
There are 4 different lights, each one a different color. White, red, blue and purple. Does this thing react to something and then the lights light up? We probably have to put liquids in the beaker. There are 4 lights! What's that a reference to? I don't get it.
I have no clue. But the white light on top is glowing.
Yeah, but the red, blue and purple ones still aren't lit.
So we need to...
Only the white light on top is lit. On the top is lit. The red, blue and purple ones are still dark.
Okay, so we'll need to find something for that.
Pee in the cup.
Let's go here first.
Sink. Doctors and nurses probably washed their hands here before an operation. Nothing suspicious here. Can we use some water in the beaker? A sink. Doesn't look suspicious.
Well, no, because we can't pick it up. It won't open. Looks like it's locked.
Oh, okay.
There's a red plate on it. Do you think that means something?
Yes, we have to make the light turn into whatever to light one of the corresponding colors. A locker with a red plate on it. And it's locked and it won't open.
Is one of them open?
Damn. It's not opening. Locked, of course. The blue plate on here seems a little suspicious, though.
Okay, we'll check that in a second.
Damn! It's not opening. It won't even budge. It's got this purple plate on it, too. A locker with a blue plate on it. It's locked and it won't open.
Okay.
How about we take turns spitting into the beaker until it's filled enough? It's locked. Won't even budge.
Do you think this is the exit? No.
No. What's this?
This says 21.
A light switch? Doesn't seem to be working.
There's a 9 on the light switch though.
Looks like a light switch, but it ain't working. 9?
Okay, for now we're done in this room.
Looks like it.
Can we go?
Let's go to the chemical room. Awesome, it's unlocked. Oh dear lord, there's plenty.
Hey Junpei, you think there are any slugs on this ship? Slugs?
Huh?
If there are, I was thinking we could put salt on them. Oh, she is such a bitch.
What's she pointing at? The label states NaCl.
That is so mean.
Salt, huh?
Do you think Seven will shrivel up if we put it on him?
Don't put salt on snails or slugs. Hey, you say something?
That is so mean.
There's a bottle of salt on the shelf. The label says Knackle. Like that Pokemon. Knackle. Na is sodium and Cl is chloride.
So salt is made up of 1 sodium atom and 1 chloride atom.
Correct. There's a bottle of salt on the shelf. Salt is made up of 1 sodium atom and 1 chloride atom.
Junpei, there's a bottle of iron powder on the shelf.
How do you know it's iron?
The label says Fe.
Fair.
Fe stands for iron, right? Okay, can we...
Bottle of iron powder on the shelf.
Okay, wait, before we go there, let's first check all of that. Something stinks.
Is it coming from this bottle? Forgot to mention I'm taking my first pass at coq au vin this weekend. If it turns out good, that's gonna be the next cooking stream. Ooh.
Okay.
I love looking at your cock on stream.
So where are we at?
I'm talking about chicken, people. It's called coq au vin. It isn't called chicken and wine. Or chicken with wine. Get your minds out of the gutters.
I hope it will turn out good.
Well, that of course stinks. It's ammonia.
Can we grab?
Are we gonna do chemicals?
Okay, I'm not gonna repeat all of that.
There are many that do, Jack. That's why I limit the amount of streams. I get that. I get that you don't want to break the internet with giving them too much of a good thing. Fully understood.
Don't want to put that burden on everyone of going insane.
Yes, yes, it's a lot to take in. Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Let's go for a drink. What are you talking about? Talking about that bottle. It says C2H5OH, right? It's ethanol. That's right. It's also known as ethyl alcohol. It's pretty much what booze is made of. So you're gonna drink it? No, I won't.
Considering it.
Might say that's what's on the label, but there could be anything in there. Yeah.
Are we
like
taking
tea.
it? No.
Hey, Junpei, there's dihydrogen monoxide on the shelf. Why don't you just say water? There's a bottle of water on the shelf. A bar of water? What's this? It looks like a can with a spray nozzle. It says CO2. So it's a can filled with carbon dioxide.
Okay, so we have nothing that we can grab so far.
There's a note on top of the table. Iron 1, salt 2, water 3. Carbon dioxide, ammonia, ethanol.
What do you think this is a hint for? This is gonna be horrible.
Maybe it's something to do with this box?
We...
Blue liquid. Red liquid.
Okay, so we need to fill up the right amount of liquids to light up the colors in the other room?
Yeah, and blue and red together make purple.
No. Looks like there's something inside that bottle.
Why don't you try pouring some out into the cap? Can't see any reason why not.
What's that? It's bright red. Do you think it's blood?
No, blood's thicker than that.
Then what is it?
Beats me.
Okay.
Die.
Can already check what this
Box is locked. Looks like you have to enter a passcode on the keypad to open it. You can only enter 3 numbers. E is for enter and C is for clear. So input number, press E if you press. Let's give it a shot. How about we don't, because... Alright, let me write this down.
Iron is 1.
Iron 1.
Salt 2.
Salt 2.
Water 3.
Water 3.
Carbon dioxide, unknown.
CO2, question
Ammonia.
mark. Ammonia, question mark, and ethanol.
We went into that room.
Okay.
Junpei, where are you going? That's where we came from.
That's the door we came through.
The only thing out there is the number door.
Pretty sure I don't need to tell you that the numbered door is a one-way deal. So... You're saying there's no point to going back here, huh? And they're nodding. Awesome.
Okay, so... Let's go back here first.
Yeah.
This was the red one currently?
Yeah, correct. Swing.
Hey, it turned red!
Forget about that. Did you... Didn't you hear that just now?
Oh.
No, check for... I think you can just open it now. There you go.
Hey, we found a leg.
Fake right leg. Right foot of a medical mannequin. I guess it's a woman's foot, but damn. It doesn't look hot at all. What's wrong with this guy?
You got a thing for feet, Seven?
No, that's crazy.
You're sure acting kinda shady.
At least admit it.
So now we swap to blue.
Zing.
It's blue now.
I think I heard another noise.
Okay.
I'm blue, da ba dee da ba da.
And the next leg.
Fake left leg.
This is the left foot of the mannequin. Do you think I'm better?
What?
Do you think my legs are skinnier?
Because clearly skinnier equals better.
Can we combine the bottles now?
Yes.
How do I get to items?
No.
Okay.
But maybe you can use both of them on the item.
Can I have a look?
Yes.
Zing. Smart.
I get it. You combine the red liquid and the blue liquid to make a proper one.
Good job, Junpei. The purple light came on and I heard it unlock. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate has got to be unlocked. Alright, let's see what happened.
Alright, let's see what happened.
Okay, so we got all the ones now.
Fake stomach.
This looks like a giant nose. Yeah.
It looks like my nose.
This is a really big nose.
That's no nose. It's a stomach.
Oh, a stomach.
I love that the characters had the same thought. This game is wonderful.
Alright, I think we have all the parts. How do I... Oh, here.
We just might actually.
Oh. One too far. There.
An old hard bed.
How do I... Do I really need to combine?
You need to... I think you need to... Go back. No. Let's start at the top, yes. Okay, that's not a... Wait, go to File. The medical record. A medical record found in the preparation room. It has records of the 2 mannequins. There's a male mannequin named John and a female named Lucy. The record shows each mannequin's total weight and the weight of the individual parts. Off.
I feel like I should take a picture of this.
Yes, you should, please. I feel like that will come in handy at some point.
Smile.
Say cheese, everybody.
Okay, what's this? Oh, that's that.
Okay, so we can't put that here yet.
Guess we're still missing something.
Do we have a right arm?
The right arm?
No.
Oh, true, we're still missing an arm.
Yeah.
Well, we're also missing something in there. We checked everything here.
Everywhere. Chest of a medical mannequin. An organ is missing. The
lung.
John's just lying, right?
We can't look over him.
Something that looks like it could be a scale next to our operating table. Something that looks like a lid on the front of it.
Oh yeah, we need something to open that lid.
Go back to the chemical room, because there's a puzzle we haven't solved in there.
That is true.
No, that doesn't help. Check the sides again. C2H5OH. C is carbon, H is hydrogen, and O is oxygen.
So basically ethanol is made of 2 carbon atoms.
Yeah.
6 hydrogen atoms. And 1 oxygen atom.
Okay. Now we need ammonia again.
Where was
that? Was the top in the middle, I think.
Oh, that's salt. Oh, wait.
Alright.
Salt is 2, it says.
Wait. Salt is...
sodium and chloride.
1 sodium, 1 chloride. I think I get it. The numbers are based on the atoms. Because salt is 2 and it's made of 1 sodium and 1 chloride. That's 2 atoms and it had the value 2.
But that means ethanol is number 9.
Yes. NH3. N is nitrogen, H is hydrogen. That's the ammonia, right?
The atoms family. Yeah, that's ammonia. Is made out of 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen. So that's 4 so far. So that's number 4.
The atoms family feels like a joke that should have been in one of the Fallout games. C is for carbon and O is for oxygen.
Okay, so that's made out of 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen ones. So that's number 3.
Carbon.
Wait, we already had a number 3, no?
2 oxygen. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Fair enough. And that's... so now we have the numbers. We have 1, 2, 3.
And then...
can only enter 3 numbers.
Wait. 3, 4, 9. 3, 4, 9.
3, 4, 9.
There we go. Easy.
That was surprisingly easy. Right arm. It's the right arm of the body. It's kind of creepy.
And there's the heart. It looks
kind of cute.
Kind of plushy.
A heart. This thing is super creepy. Oh, maybe not.
This ain't good for the heart. An empty box. There's nothing left inside.
Okay.
See, these kind of puzzles I can do easily.
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
This one was probably the easiest so far.
Because we understood the assignment.
Hey, 7, what's up?
Oh, well...
Is that a medicine bottle?
I got curious about it. Here.
Did you use it?
Did you just throw it at it?
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
Yeah, that's right. CDT.
What
kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Okay.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Why would you put it in a medical bay though?
Clean what up?
Or is it after operations?
Fuck if I know. Still, it looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
Wait, you remember something?
What? Okay.
Smells and stuff can...
Yeah.
True. Very true. Smells
can trigger memories.
Well, I remember a story about EDT. Happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere in America making
How convenient.
EDT crystals. They were making it to sell as an industrial strength cleaner. Like I told you before.
Let me guess, it crystallized at some point, and when scientists all around the world wondered why it crystallized?
Oh, you think we're going back to that story?
But
I have no idea.
a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate. Once the crystals turn into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner.
It's kind of the same, no?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what...
In the first story, a liquid turned into crystals, and now a crystal turned into liquids.
The factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless. But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory.
See?
It's basically the
They're
same.
making crystals the same way, the same materials and the same equipment and environment. But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate.
Why are people telling us the same story but in reverse?
It's gonna be important later, I suppose.
In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal. Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate. But after it happened at the first factory, it just spread. It was like, man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another.
Yeah, exactly.
Information in a way humans couldn't perceive.
What was it called? Invisible field theory or something?
I don't remember. Evie said it at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah. True.
This phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Yeah, that's it exactly.
I'm amazed he still remembered. I wouldn't have been able to
What
quote
does
that.
that have to do with us? There has to be a connection.
Well, yeah, we've heard it twice now.
Morphogenetic fields.
That
Thank
was
you.
it. Thank you.
But how did you know?
I heard another story, kind of like that one,
When?
Like an hour ago.
in the freezer.
Freezer?
Yeah, June told me.
I mean, technically true, but maybe give him more to work with. Not just tell him, oh, it happened in the freezer. Like,
Yeah, but he knows. We gave them updates about what happened
oh yeah,
in the
true.
rooms.
True. We had that talk with him.
It doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
That sounds familiar?
Yeah, hold up. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there.
If this is stuff I need later, we're going to be screwed.
Not Ice 9, but Ice 10. It's like Ice 9, but one more.
Do you?
Know about Ice 9?
Do you know about Ice 9?
Ice 9? Ice 9. Ice 9.
Here it comes.
Ice, ice, ice.
Baby.
999.
That's it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
What woman?
Lotus?
That woman?
Wouldn't be shocked.
Alice!
Who?
Lotus.
Who's Alice?
Come on, the woman who won't melt at room temperature.
The woman who won't melt at room temperature. What? Which woman?
Is it gonna be...
The mummy.
Yeah.
Is the mummy Alice? They're not going... No, it's not.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Huh?
It's...
Wait.
You know how the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
I want to get off of this ride. Yes.
Do you really think Alice is the mummy?
Apparently. Or maybe this is a ploy to make the player say, who the fuck is Alice? Because that's an actual song that exists.
Alice is not really a mummy
Alice.
name.
Who the fuck is Alice? Look it up if you don't believe me.
Yeah.
It was huge in Germany back
1,500
then.
people died. Worst maritime accident in history.
Oh, was it the worst, most tragic event in maritime history?
What about it?
Sounds familiar, doesn't it, Spike Chunsoft?
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
Actually, no.
Not yet, actually. Please, carry on. I fucking love this game.
That was
Same.
the RMS Carpathia, right?
I didn't recall that.
I have no clue that was anything. I somehow thought they all got a sailor's grave, honestly.
Nah, no, true. June talked about this. There was a boat that was nearby but never showed up to help them, and another one was a bit off and came to their rescue and only was able to scoop up a couple people.
It was a cruise liner, just like the Titanic.
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett.
Of course.
McKay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident.
2 days after, so it was just checking who still floated?
Basically.
It set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 bodies.
Or floated again. But anyway.
The Atlantic that far north was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
Makes sense.
This isn't a very nice story. So, what happened next?
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies.
The mummy.
There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water. Things the drowned had carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship sank.
Makes sense.
One of the things they found was a coffin.
A coffin?
Yeah, a wooden one.
Okay, so the mummy remained solid and didn't melt.
Apparently.
The mummy froze.
Dio.
That's where you went.
Spoilers, not spoilers. The situation that's being described sounds an awful lot like part of the plot
Spoilers.
in one section of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yes.
The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled. It
Dio.
wasn't just a wooden coffin. It
was a
all
sarcophagus.
wood, no nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. The thing was airtight.
I didn't know IKEA made coffins.
IKEA wouldn't be airtight.
I mean, depends on how well you hammer
Curious
together.
about what might be inside it and opened it up.
Of course.
Well, I would as well, honestly.
No.
I had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so well made.
Imagine sawing it.
Inside,
I don't think they would have a saw on board necessarily.
they found a woman. Or, I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman.
That doesn't look like a mummy to me.
Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition.
Because it was the body of a priestess of Amun-Ra, who was frozen.
Sorry.
Goddess.
Why are you sorry?
Trigger thump.
It's fine. Carry on.
She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she might wake up any minute. And she didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the McKay Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore.
Okay, so at some point everyone started to thaw. Except for
her.
The mummy Alice.
Yes. And now the priestess of Amun-Ra was called Alice.
However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw. They say that the stink was horrible.
I don't want to have to imagine.
But there was one body that didn't thaw, and that was...
the girl in the coffin.
That's right. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually. But weeks passed and nothing happened.
Okay.
A month passed, and another. It was summer, and she was still frozen solid.
What does any of this have to do with the nonary games?
After a while,
No
Zero.
to say she was some sort of miracle.
The end is probably gonna be something I will not understand.
I think the ending of this game is gonna give us headaches.
Rumors about her started to spread. People came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice.
Oh, and that's how it turned into Alice.
Makes sense, okay.
Okay.
Alice. Of course, those rumors didn't last long.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared. One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't.
She looks like Lotus. I was thinking, is this what they're insinuating? But no.
No, I don't see Lotus.
Are they gonna
in
go
her.
with that? No.
They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body.
A man with a gas mask.
I'm gonna assume they're not the same.
With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly.
Calm down, Tofu. You couldn't even see the dog.
That was a samurai horse and I stick to it.
With a mohawk.
With a mohawk or narwhal.
After a while, no one remembered her.
People just forgot.
June did.
It's
You
true.
might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Oh, you talked to June.
You just said that she was on this boat.
On the other boat.
No, the McKay Bennett.
Did. Alice has got
We're
to
not
be
on the
somewhere
McKay
this ship.
Bennett.
No, but the McKay Bennett picked her up and brought her to Halifax. We're on the Gigantic, supposedly, allegedly.
But now he says she's on this ship.
I don't know.
Now why the hell would you say something like that?
Exactly, Junpei. It don't make sense.
Because I know.
How do you know?
What is it you know?
What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
How do you know?
How do you know?
All right. Tell me. What happened to Alice?
I stole her.
Well, around that time, the word was that there was a special black market in New York. All millionaires from all over the world.
Trust the Americans to handle this one.
I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was...
Lord Gimble or whatever his name was.
Gillius?
Gordain.
Dashiell Gordain.
Gordain. Nice, you get it.
Dashiell. But actually that name kind of has a ring to it.
It's very dashing, isn't it?
Yeah. It almost makes me want to Gordain.
Dashing Dashiell.
You've heard that name before, right?
Yes,
Lord
actually.
Gordain.
As a matter of fact.
Oh, isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic's sister ship.
And what
This dude
does
has a lot of
any
money.
of this have to do with the situation where... Are you hijacked?
This story is making
I
me
think
high.
I am after all of this, yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
You bought the mummy first.
Wait, this was before then, no?
Yeah, you got Alice first. This
Yeah.
is not too long after sinking.
So
after
wait,
the sinking.
wait, the Titanic... Let me piece this together. I mean, ultimately I don't see where this is going, but I just want to get the timeline straight, yeah? So,
We have the Titanic.
the
It
Titanic
sinks.
has
Sank.
Alice, all eyes on her. Literally all eyes, get it? Anyway, so the Titanic goes over the ocean, it sinks. The priestess of Amun-Ra, frozen, as she was back then, gets picked up by the McKay Bennett, brought to Halifax when somebody smuggles her from Halifax to New York, where Lord Gordain buys her because he somehow survived the Titanic incident. And then he goes and buys the Gigantic, which is basically a replica of the Titanic,
Yes.
later, because that
Yeah,
happened.
you can't have that immediately.
Gordain bought Alice in 1912, and 4 years later, in 1916, he bought
Yeah.
the Gigantic.
There's your recap.
And he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic. But nobody knows where.
But why?
In 1931,
To replicate everything?
and apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden. However,
However, what?
well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
Okay, so
4L1C3. If that's gonna be a code at the end,
it's gonna be the code to get out.
the Forest of Knowledge. So there's a library on the ship, right?
Beneath the navel.
Beneath the navel. The navel is...
That's the pointy thing on front of a ship, no?
Is it? I would have said it's the underbelly of like the actual,
don't
like,
know.
what's it called? The bottom of a ship. the thing
Someone
that's-
here has ship knowledge that will
What
tell
is
us.
that? Is it some kind of riddle?
Your
Okay.
guess is as good as mine. So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
You know what I find most shocking? That Clover didn't say a word during this.
You know what I find the most shocking? We're all gonna die in less than 5 hours, and we're sitting here sharing conspiracy theories.
No, this one is true.
And like,
Apparently.
All of my instincts with video games tell me that these conversations somehow are the most important thing, and I have no idea how a game about a group of 9 random people that got kidnapped and put into a series of escape rooms has anything to do with all of this.
You know how we're going to find out?
If you press the A button.
Exactly.
Or enter in this case.
Hey, what are you two doing over there?
Nothing.
Good timing.
Stop wasting time and get over here.
We just mentioned that.
Okay, we're coming.
Jeez.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the story.
Jeez.
It might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
I like how the game is even nice. It was like, hey.
Remember, I'm telling you
attention.
this twice.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. They say that she was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic.
So it was always frozen,
Though
right?
it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
If she was frozen, do you know how we could have prevented all of this?
What?
If Lord Gordain would have needed to do one thing, he needed to let it go.
No, that's not a good one at all. You know what I don't get at all, though? What on earth was Alice even doing on the Titanic?
Saw that coming a mile away. So you were prepared. I appreciate that.
Alice doesn't know how to let things go.
I don't think Alice knows either, because she was in a sarcophagus coffin thing. So
Like, she had no business on the Titanic.
she was dead, Tifa. It's not like she chose this.
Yeah, but the Titanic wasn't a freight thingy.
Yeah. Probably some weirdo took her along, I guess. For
I have no clue.
absolutely no reason.
Then was that Egyptian priestess Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice 9?
Alice didn't choose her frozen life.
It's nuts.
Frozen Life chose her.
Exactly.
There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Let's get to the bed where we need to assemble the body parts and save for... Here.
It's a good idea.
For Sunday. Then we can start fresh with the puzzle.
Yes.
Wonder if all of these are the same.
Honestly, I don't think it matters where you click at the top. I have a feeling the things at the top are the amount of endings you've gotten.
Oh.
Because... See this? Scroll down.
Wait, did we...
Wait. There.
Oh, and all of them lead to a different ending.
Yes.
Also, this kind of sucks. That means when you're here... Oh, wait, it's about the room you pick. If you go this side... This is the... Wait, we only had 2... Oh no, we had 3 options here, true.
Yeah, scroll down more.
And then here we'll have
And we're
3
not
options.
yet locked out of any endings. Either way, we have to go through all the scenes probably to get everything.
Well, you can't get locked out of an ending. You will get any of these.
Yeah, but I mean, like, ultimately, none of that matters, because Evie pointed out too that later on the game gives you an option to not have to replay the entire game somehow.
I think this is one of the few where I might immediately try to get the other endings as well.
I thought we were gonna go for all 5 endings.
Well, we can...
Actually, I wouldn't be shocked if there was a 6th one after you got the 5. Save again. Let's double check that. Z.
I did set.
Press Y.
Work. Why?
Yeah.
Oh, German keyboards. Yeah, of course.
See, it's 6 endings.
Yeah, okay, this is...
5 and then probably a hidden true ending or whatever.
Yeah.
If my theory is correct and those question marks are for that. Okay.
Well, let's first try to get to one ending, shall we?
There are 6 endings, but one really sucks because it's just...
Just meh, I'm gonna guess.
I'm guessing just... Oh, you can't follow this path far. Okay.
So it's like a dead end. And then what? You sink. You die.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
But there have to be like, oh, you all die endings. You can't have 6 happy or 6 endings where you all get out.
If it really is like what Tifa just pointed out, like, oh, you actually can't make progress here, I think depending on how we're gonna do it, I would like that. Because it's an escape room game. And I guess there is a possibility that, I don't know, the wrong people die or whatever and you get stuck and then it's like, well, you done goofed.
Well, that's the one that was all the way on the right, which was also the shorter story, probably. The one where you can't get any further.
Farther, and that's a separate ending. Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing one.
Let's see how all of it will end.
Yes.
More on Sunday.
I have to say, I'm really enjoying this game.
I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would, actually. Yeah. I'm still a bit... This is gonna give me headaches, I already know that. Like, I don't see how it's connected.
I don't see how this is all supposed to make sense in the end.
No one believes in me. That's not true, otherwise we wouldn't have played it at all.
Exactly. It only took us, what, when was the first time you mentioned we should play this? 2 years ago? Something like that. We're not the fastest, but we're gonna get there at some point, potentially.
But from the few screenshots I saw before we started playing, I didn't think I would enjoy it this much. Like, it's quite good.
Same. I keep enjoying the difficulty of the puzzles so far.
They're doable.
Yeah, unless I'm getting them completely wrong, like the hexadecimal one, yes. Like the chemical one, that one was nice.
Easy.
That was okay. Ranger Cell is the true kobold. Yes. Shocking absolutely nobody.
Not
also,
one bit.
Happy Feierabend, Ranger. You deserve it.
Go enjoy that.
Yes, clock out time basically.
You have perfect timing as well.
Indeed. I have no idea where this game is going, but it's written so well that I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's also a tiny bit frustrating.
Yeah, but in a good way, I think. Like, I would love to understand where this is supposed to be going, but I like it. Because it's so weird, so out of left field that I'm like, I have no idea what's gonna happen next. Actually, by now I predict that in the next like escape room sequence, we're gonna be with another character who's gonna tell us something else about the priestess of Amun-Ra, Alice.
Well, we keep getting more bits of information, so we'll see.
Uchikoshi is pretty OP. I think I'm gonna look up more games that this guy has worked on, because if they're all this good, or all written on that level, yeah.
I have no idea what this means. Well, it's the first line is a Dutch saying, and the second line is the meaning. So yes. He who has butter on his head should stay out of the sun. You can say to someone who's guilty of something and who got to keep a low profile. So you can always say it to Ranger.
Yeah, he's always suspicious.
Always.
Yeah. 99% chance if you accuse him of having done something, he probably did it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did like a couple on stream and we collected them all in the butts.
We did a couple on stream and we did them in the butts. What the
now I have butts in my mind, the main character thing.
Do you?
No, we did them on stream and now all of them are collected in the wisdom bot, which will spit out a random one.
What Tifa meant to say is, yeah, exactly you, is that for a while we have taught all of you wonderful people
the wisdom of the
Dutch and then eventually German wisdoms, and a lot of them don't really make sense, especially the Dutch ones are really bad, as you can tell.
All of the German ones make real sense.
Yes. With bacon you catch the mice. If you want to lure somebody in, you have to give them an incentive. Makes sense. Redeem Blind Jack? No, you didn't. Who would do that? Just go on the internet and lie to people. Ranger. Pretty cool, thank you.
It is a very wise bot.
Yes.
It has all of the wisdom.
Sort of exclamation mark
and
wisdom.
A lot of them.
And G wisdom, like German wisdom. You can get a random quote from the ones we did back when. Yes, they're immortalized this way. Crying with a cap on. What does that even... How do you say it in Dutch?
Huilen met de pet op.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you cry with a cap on.
No. Why are you using bacon to try to catch a mouse? Because...
Mouse eat everything.
Mice eat everything. Almost. Yeah, including their own babies. Don't look that up. It's true though. Yeah. This does not make the cabbage fat. Yeah, it makes perfect sense if you think about it. Have you ever tried to make a bacon? Have you ever tried to make a cabbage fat?
That's why babies are tiny.
Correct, because that's where they come from.
Fabulous.
Thank you very much for the bits. How are you doing?
Thank you for the bits.
Happy Friday.
Hope you're doing well. Good timing.
You were just about to leave. Hi and bye. No, we're still here for another minute. How are you doing? Happy Friday.
It's weekend.
Are you still snowed in? Because I think I remember the last time I read something from you, you were snowed in.
I sure hope not. That was like 2 weeks ago that you said that, no?
Oh, true. I hope you're not snowed in anymore. Damn.
Please don't be snowed in for 2 weeks.
Yeah, talking about all ice earlier. Yeah, please tell me it's thawed out and you're doing okay. And this is not like an SOS kind of thing. Like, Jack, Tifa, help me.
Not snowed in anymore now. It's just -1. Yeah, now it's just cold.
So that's still freezing, right?
Wow.
That's -1 in Fahrenheit. -1 F in Celsius.
I'm ready for spring.
-18.
Holy shit.
Poop. Stay warm. Please don't freeze to
That is
death.
so cold.
Damn. Gonna get to -12 tonight. I'm gonna reopen this tab and do it again with -12.
Is that even a legal temperature? Like, that should be illegal.
Is it illegal?
That should.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes, Tifa. When it hits -12 Fahrenheit, you legally get grounds to sue the government. Also, there's a spider behind the camera. Do you see it?
Oh yeah, I see it crawling. I'll throw it outside earlier. That absolutely should be illegal.
It feels illegal. Yes.
Oh, it's running.
It should be. It should be. Damn. Have plenty of hot tea, hot chocolates maybe, blankets. Turn on the heating if you can. Yeah.
I'm telling the government it's cold, but they don't listen. The government never listens. I'm telling you, it's time to riot. What?
Did you? No.
Rioting makes you warm.
Tifa is not advocating violence. Just putting that out, right?
Peaceful riots.
Yes.
No one said violent ones.
Tifa, I believe a riot by definition is kind of rowdy. Tifa means demonstrations. She just has a bad way with words. Seeing Ranger and pointing out that it's cool. Did you read that the Texan power grid once again fell out?
I'm not surprised. Doesn't it fall out weekly?
No, when did that happen again? Like a year ago. It still sucks. Yeah.
I've got 3 blankets on and it's only 8 Celsius here. I can't imagine how you are, Rainbow. Way too cold. Like, that's a no.
Yes.
We've had...
Should be illegal.
I think the coldest we've had here once was like -20 Celsius.
The coldest you have ever experienced here. The coldest
I have experienced, yes.
I have experienced here during an Arctic blast.
I think that's -13 for you guys. And that was like, nope. I had to go to work back then. That was like, nope. My hair was like frozen because when I shower, I usually leave the house immediately. It's like, nope.
Coldest I've been in was -31 degrees Fahrenheit. That lasted for a few days. After that it got warmer again. Apparently Germany got trapped in like a pocket of Arctic, like top of Siberia air, and it was really cold. Like, it took me 10 minutes to put on all the layers to get dressed, to walk for 5 minutes to the train station back where I used to live, and then do my commute.
If I'm getting temperatures like that, I'm not leaving this house anymore.
Then I would get undressed for 10 minutes. Because, you know, like 4 or 5 layers of clothing, a scarf, everything.
I'm sure it's only burn 1 car for warmth. Good, and make sure it's the neighbors.
Yeah.
Never burn your own car.
Yeah.
Mom was saying we're gonna get minus 20 Fahrenheit tonight. Oh, that's the worst though. It can be minus anything, but when that wind starts coming up, that's when you're fucked. It can be minus 20 with no wind and you'll be fine.
Yes.
Once the wind comes, oh, that's the most horrible thing ever.
I agree, as long as there's no wind, like if you just have some warmth like in you, if you yourself are warm and you're properly insulated, that's doable. But when, like, even just a constant low wind, it just drains the heat out of you. And if it's like gusts of wind, it just knocks it out of you. Yes.
Oh yeah, and you're going out tonight. Make sure you're dressed warm. Grab a hat, grab a scarf, grab everything nice.
Maybe 2 of each.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. Yeah. Can you move your movie? Maybe do it when there's less chance of freezing to death. Stay warm, please. Stay warm, stay safe, drink hot drinks.
Man, has it been minus 36 a few years back? The worst we had waiting for the school bus that day, yeah. No way. I'd be like, Colderitas.
Colder what?
Colderitas.
Is that the kind of that is the kind of temperature where you literally catch a cold? Like,
well, whenever you want to like make up what you have, you just add Aritas to it.
Fair enough. I'm a good source. Skinner.
I bet Evie's now feeling all warm inside.
I'm not sure if Skinner is telling us that he's flammable. Can you try to make it to Maine in 2 hours? Wait, is MA Maine?
Skinner can totally do that. Remember one night in Afghanistan it hit minus 21 Fahrenheit, snowed 3... That's not meters then, right? Overnight.
MA is Massachusetts.
Some people in the village literally had to dig their way out of their homes. Yeah, that seems like... yeah, no.
Wait, 3 meters, that's like what? That's 10 feet of snow? Holy shit. Yeah. Damn.
I want to believe it could be exciting to be like frozen in the house once.
No, Tifa, you have a very romantic way of looking at it, because I agree, like in my mind being snowed in sounds fun.
It's like, oh, I don't have to go to work, and then the next day all the snow will be gone and we'll be fine and I can watch movies all days. But yeah, usually it's not that nice and dandy.
Because you're thinking of the initial spectacle of waking up and opening the window, looking out the window and just seeing white, and then you realize, wait, that's not good, because that means I probably can't go anywhere.
In that regard...
And then traffic doesn't work, and then you can't buy groceries, and then you're stuck because you're snowed in, and then you realize it's not as fun as it first seemed.
In that regard, social media has ruined me. Like, I sometimes see these videos where everything is like frozen, and then they open the door and there's like this big wall of snow, and then suddenly, ploop, cat comes through.
Yeah, so you go, oh, how cute, it's a cat, and yeah.
It's like, oh wait, it just came true.
Yes.
Way too much snow.
Yeah.
But still.
For a mother who works in healthcare, that didn't work on her. Yeah, no, I believe her. Damn, every home in the valley was buried. Yes.
But yeah, I'd rather actually not be in that situation, and
at some
point, no one really will be.
It melts, and then you have all the water.
Yeah, that's the after.
True. At least, though, when your house is covered all sides by snow, the wind can't knock the heat out of your house, because the snow is covering you.
That is true, but I think it will still seep out.
Is that a silver lining? Not
How
really.
good is snow for isolating? I don't think so.
Better than wind hitting you, because there's no wind hitting you.
Well, I'll skip on that, and I will go look for my warm bed with non-freezing temperatures.
Sounds like a plan. Is there somebody for us to raid, Tifa? While I'm zooming in and out of chat. So happy for the street crews here scraping off snow and salting roads every night. Yeah, I believe that. I'm very happy that it's not that cold here, it's just annoyingly cold. I'm very happy that I can still work from home for the time being.
Yeah, today was alright actually.
I wouldn't know. I didn't have to go outside. I did go for a short walk.
But yeah, everyone stay warm, stay safe.
What she said.
Basically that.
Yes. So is there somebody for us?
There is no one to rate. That's what I wanted to follow up with. So we're just gonna call it a night. And hopefully see you Sunday. Wish you all an awesome weekend and everything Jack's still gonna say.
Shiva is saying all the things that that we are supposed to say after she pressed the button. Now watch me do it again. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us. We'll be back on Sunday with more 999.
That's an awesome emote, fabulous.
That's how easy it is. Bye. Stay warm.
Thank you.